Hello, I'm MC Toon, the worst rapper in the world. How are you doing tonight? Tonight we have well, just like every Tuesday, we've got a debate, and this one is yet another flat Earth debate. We have with me tonight Mr. Dean Whitlow. How are you doing, Dean?
I'm good. How are you, Mike?
I am excellent. It was very nice today. Went for a walk outside this afternoon.
It was a very nice day today.
So we've got a Man Devil wrote a little limerick for this evening to commemorate tonight. I think I'll read it right now for you, Man Devil. There once was a flurf named Dean. Some said he looked like Mr. Clean. Then he debated MC Toon, and we found out he's a loon, but not the worst we've ever seen.
Well, I gotta say, I get the Mr. Clean thing a lot, so that's not a surprise there. And the loon part,
Well,
I guess
we'll find out. Loon is the Minnesota state bird.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're from Minnesota. Or
That's right.
How do they say it? Minnesota.
That's not how I say it. What are you talking about?
You betcha, yeah.
What are you talking about? See, that's in Canada. They say a boot.
That's the one I couldn't figure out.
All right. Well, let's see here. Why don't you, I'm always curious, how did somebody come to think that the Earth is flat? It's a silly thing. But
I kind of thought about that too. That would probably be a good thing to touch on. I don't know.
I mean, I already know you watched 200 proofs, and then you couldn't disprove it, and therefore the Earth is flat. Is your idea, right?
Not quite.
Oh,
I think the story might be a little different. Well,
okay.
You know what? I grew up, interested in space and NASA and JPL and thought all that stuff was really cool. And I remember a while back I read an article or a post or something about how the flat Earth movement was gaining ground. This was like a few to several years ago. And I was like, really? I was like, wow, like, honestly, how blank and dumb must you be to believe that? I mean, that is just the most, I couldn't comprehend it. And so I just went about my life for a while. And then recently, maybe about a year ago, where it says suggested groups in Facebook, Flat Earth group popped up. I think it was Nate Thompson's group was the first one, the real Flat Earth versus the Globe Earth discussion or something like that. The one that got taken down.
Well, that's not the name of his old one, but yeah.
Something like that. But
yeah, he got taken down for posting anti-Semitic stuff.
all right. Well, anyways, I was like, wow, because I was getting bored of the political stuff. I mean, I was getting burned out on that. And so I was like, oh, wow, like flat earthers, like I said, who believes that? I don't even know what the word, at the time, I don't even know the word that I would use.
Yeah, exactly. We all think that.
Flat earthers. I mean, and then so I joined it and I was like, oh, I was like, wow, I was like, just go rip on these guys for a while. And then I was just taking my time and I start reading, and then I'm kind of reading it, and these flat earthers are coming up with some really good stuff. I mean, not concrete, but you know what I mean? I mean,
no.
They're fighting back. They're like, well, CGI, fisheye lens.
And then they like sent the detailed forensics analysis of the video and photography showing that it was CGI because of a forensics analysis.
It's Facebook, dude.
Oh, so no. I mean, you can post links to third-party places,
Yeah, well, I don't know. Well, I don't know. I got to thinking that, the big one that got me was the NASA lies one. I mean, I truly believe that NASA is very deceptive. Just based on, I know you guys give us crap about our memes, but you know what? All the different pictures of the world that are supposedly from space are very questionable, in my opinion. I mean, like I said, I'm just a low-level flurf. We've been through this. I'm Joe Dirt Flurf. Like, why you want to pick on poor little Joe Dirt? But anyways, here I am. And then so I just watched for a little while, and then.
So you watched videos then?
Not really. I was just in the groups.
Oh.
The
so it was the power of meme?
Yeah, a lot of it. I really like memes.
Did you read some scientific research? Like some peer-reviewed published papers?
Peer-reviewed published papers. Well, not really.
Okay.
I mean, I watched stuff on PBS.
I didn't think so. No, that's not.
I know. That's what I said. Yeah. You're picking on poor little Joe Dirt here, but.
All right. So the memes. It was science by memes, huh?
No, it was just like the way they presented their evidence, and like the water sticking to a spinning ball. I mean, that has some logic to it.
Why can it not do that?
Huh? Well, when I turn my washing machine on, it spins the water out. So.
Yeah, so then you calculated the centrifugal force and compared it to the downward acceleration force?
No.
No,
we didn't do that. But there are other things. I mean,
there better be, because that's not very good.
I don't know what you thought. You think I did all that stuff? Dude, I work 13 hours a day. I ain't out there reading peer reviews.
Yep. Well, you could have watched my videos instead of Nathan's whatever.
Well, the ones I watched Nathan usually ones that other people posted of him crying in his car. So.
Yeah, he does cry in his car a lot.
I know, a lot.
Poor Nathan. I mean, it makes us. It gives us all a little chuckle. So
yeah,
all right.
But we should probably send him a 6-pack of craft beer when we get a chance.
I wouldn't send him a 6-pack of Kraft cheese and macaroni. So all right. So what is you think? What was the thing you think is the most compelling that is for flat Earth?
The most compelling for flat Earth. Oh, one of the things is pressure needs a container. That's a good one. Oh, and the lack of curvature. I mean, really, where is the sacred curve? You know what? In January, I flew on a plane for the first time, and I was really excited. I was like, maybe I'll get to see if there's a curve or not. I was like, maybe I'll see the sacred curve, and I can, then I can.
Yeah, you can test for that in a plane. Do you know how to do that? Have you heard people say that the horizon rises to eye level?
I've heard a little bit about that, but I'm not.
Okay. Well, it's a good point. If the Earth is a sphere, the horizon must drop with increasing elevation. And if the Earth is flat, then the edge of it is so far away that it must always be right at eye level, depending if it goes on infinitely or if it is, an ice wall of some sort. But it has to be at eye level then, or a tiny, tiny bit below, but not something you see. But you can test. So if when you're on a plane, what you can do is you can install the app called Theodolite on your phone. It's, I don't know, it used to be free. It's a couple bucks maybe. Gotcha. And then you point it out at at the horizon, and if the horizon does not rise to eye level, then there you're seeing what the effect of the curve. Right. Well, I've done that. I flew.
Didn't see a curve.
Yeah, in your narrow line of view, narrow field of view, our eyes. How much curve do you think your eye could see? How many degrees of curve?
I don't know. I know that on the ocean or flat, totally flat, it's supposed to be, you can see 12 miles out, I believe. Remember?
And how many degrees of the arc should you see?
I don't know.
Less than 1 degree. Left to right arc, less than 1 degree. So what is the level of perception of the human eye for left to right?
Yeah,
curve?
that's what.
Not 1 degree.
God didn't make our eyes to be able to see that far off.
we don't have the ability to distinguish curve. If you've ever done any woodworking and you go to the store, you pick out a 2x4, right? You look at it from the side and you can't see if it's curved, right? And then you look straight down and you're like, oh, that one's really got a strong arc to the top of it. But from the side, you can't tell, right?
Hey, I gotta go check on something. I'll be right back.
Oh, all right. All right. I don't know what he's got to go check on, but I will got some super chats to read here. So, well, thank you everybody for being here. We got Fohammer 335 says, I swear you need to open by saying that you are the worst sandwich in the world because wraps are sandwiches. Why would I say I'm the worst sandwich? Let's see. Digital Demonic Davros says, research Shallow Earth. We have factual memes. Exactly. Oh, the memes are so dumb. People. Memes are stupid. They're not science. They're not evidence. They're not anything. They're useless. Connell Silverfur says, memes are for fun. Doge isn't meant for education. Talking about Dogecoins? Or no, yeah, memes. Yeah, because Doges are in memes. Sorry. And then Alyssa, I'll ask her in a second. So, all right. We've got okay, Dean. We've got Dean back. All right. Dean, Asylum is asking why all navigation is based on a globe.
What?
Why is all navigation based on a globe?
Well, that's false because there is no globe.
No, but all navigation is based on a globe.
How is that?
Well, do you see these maps here up on the wall here?
A little bit. My screen's pretty small.
So those are nautical maps that airplanes use, and they are, and I taped a bunch of them together to chart out a very long, a 10,000 kilometer flight from near Iceland down towards near South Africa over to somewhere in the vicinity of Hong Kong, and then back up to the Iceland area, and that's a triangle, 3 sides, and each of those has 90 degrees, which is rather impossible on a flat surface, because on a flat surface, if you have a triangle with sides 1, 1, and 1, for example, what are the internal angles?
60.
Very good. But that triangle is 90 on all of the internal angles. It's a valid flight on real flight charts that pilots really used. And each of the angles, the internal angles, is 90 degrees, not 60 degrees.
Okay.
How's that happen?
I don't know. So is that how they account for the curvature when they're flying?
That's well, they have to, yeah, in order to properly navigate.
Fly off of the space.
So all of the flight charts are based on a spherical source. They use the Lambert conformal conic projection. I'm sure you're aware of that. And they,
of course,
yes. So that's
sure.
how pilots do their flight charts. Now, newer stuff, they use software like from ForeFlight or Jeppesen on computers, but they still have to have for failures. They still have to have up-to-date flight charts that are paper, and they're all based on a Lambert conformal conic projection, which is not a flat source. It's from a globe source, a spherical source. So, yeah, you see how a meme doesn't quite cut it, does it? That's a little more information than you can put into a meme.
A little bit.
And the guy who's asking, Asylum, is a pilot. So he kind of knows. King Crew, can you ask him if in a van down by the river? How about you explain where you are?
A van down by the river? No. I'm in a truck at a bean plant.
There you go.
I work. I don't live on the beach or the river.
Yep.
Or not the river bottoms.
And then PhD Tony, PhD Tony lives down in Australia. He says, how does your guest explain seismic wave propagation being inconsistent with a flat Earth? Is there a meme addressing seismic wave propagation that you ever saw?
Well, flat Earth can have earthquakes too.
Yeah, but it's not that the earthquakes happen, it's the actual propagation of the waves. Because when seismologists do the work that seismologists do, they use a globe to do the work that they do to determine where the epicenter is, to measure to get to different parts of the Earth. They don't use a flat map for that. They use an actual spherical map. See, they weren't educated on memes. They went to school and had to learn the hard stuff, some calculus and geography and stuff like that.
Yeah, so you ready to go to gravity?
Sure, go ahead.
Well, I mean, I would like to hear your quick definition of what gravity is.
Mass attracting mass.
Mass attracting mass.
Yes, there is a. It's called the law of gravitation. It's F equals G M1 M2 over R squared. So that's the mass of the two objects multiplied by each other and then divided by the square of the distance between them, multiplied by the gravitational constant.
Like the moon pulling on the oceans.
Absolutely, yes.
Well, why does the moon pull the atmosphere, clouds, and other molecules?
So, are you talking? You're talking about tides, right?
I'm just talking about the moon's supposed gravitational force in general.
Yeah.
I mean, if it could move all that water and have that much of an effect on it, you would think that clouds and atmospheric distortions would occur, but they don't.
Well, can you cite that they don't? Has there been measurements that you looked at that they don't, or was it a meme that they don't?
It's just
okay. So I'll explain tides.
I mean,
tides are sometimes confusing, and if all of your education came from memes, I can understand why tides would be confusing. It's not just the gravitational pull of the moon. The Earth and Moon system, they both rotate about the barycenter of the Earth-Moon system. You know what a barycenter is?
No.
Okay, it's probably not covered in Memology 101. So the Earth and Moon, right? It's not, if we were to say, let's imagine that the center of the Earth is fixed, right? Just as a reference, because everything, motion is and position is relative, right? So if we were to fix the center of that, it's not that the moon necessarily rotates around there. What it actually rotates is the Earth and Moon both rotate around the barycenter, which is slightly off center of the Earth. So the Earth actually has a small.
So what you're saying is the center of the Earth isn't actually the center. It's the barycenter that we're making up somewhere else.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
That's where we're going with this, right?
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the Earth-Moon system orbits the barycenter, which is slightly off of the actual center of the Earth. And so the Earth actually does a small move every month, or every day as the Earth rotates. So what happens is the Earth actually has a little bit of a side-to-side motion, and that's what causes the water in the oceans to slosh around.
Oh, so it's not the moon.
It's the Earth-Moon system rotating about the barycenter.
But you just said it's the side-to-side motion of the Earth. I mean, so how does the moon figure into that? I don't.
because the Earth Moon system rotates around the barycenter. This isn't something that memes can cover, right? So if you're trying to refute real science with memes, it's not going to work. You have to actually bring like real science to it.
I mean, yeah, but you're like, but the center, it's not really the center. It's just.
No, the center is still the center. The barycenter is a different place.
The barycenter is this other thing over here somewhere else that is doing this stuff. And now it's the Earth moves over and slot. Dude, the flat Earth could tilt and cause tides.
Yeah. Are there measurements supporting that?
Also, probably that guy who does measurements. This is very basic logical thinking. And
I'd say basic. I'll give you basic. I don't know if I'd give you the rest.
Yeah, I mean, if the moon's gravitational force was so powerful, and there's
make sure whatever you have is going to be backed by science, because I'm going to ask for it. So go ahead.
Yeah, no, it don't have to be backed by science. I mean, it's just basic, just common sense. I mean, wouldn't the moon rip the freaking atmosphere apart?
No, because because the gravitational pull of the Earth is much stronger than the gravitation.
Maybe because the moon's inside the dome, or there is a dome that contains the pressure.
Well, if you're going to suggest that, then of course the next natural question is, it would be, what keeps the moon up? What makes it go around? How big is it? How high is it? Got any of those? I know you don't.
Yeah, well, like I said, as Joe Dirt fucking flurf over here, I don't have all the answers.
You know what? It doesn't actually matter. None of.
Oh, you know what? Matter. That's a good one that you said. Matter. You know what? Let's talk about dark matter for a minute.
Okay.
All right. So I looked up dark matter.
Oh, hold on. I got Vera Rubin's paper right here. Just a second. There you go. So go ahead.
Yeah. So 85% of the universe is dark matter, right?
Wrong.
Well, that's what I looked up on Google. Correct me. How much? What are we looking at? What's the number?
It's not dark matter. It's dark matter and dark energy together, potentially, right? I don't know the exact number offhand.
Oh, wait, what? Potentially?
Because I'm not quoting the number off the top of my head. I don't know the exact number.
Well, but potentially, can this stuff be measured, tested? Where's it been? Where's it at? Where's it going?
Those are great questions. Yeah.
I mean, the way I figured, we'll just go off my number of 85%, because that's what I read, and just simpleton Joe Dirt.
That's fine for this conversation. Yeah.
So the way I see it is like two physicists were kind of working on it, and then they came up with their calculations, and they're like, this shit just ain't adding up. It's like, well, what do you mean it's not? It's like, yeah, we're missing 85%. Well,
it was Vera.
What was in there?
It was Vera Rubin.
So hey, you know what we can call it? We call it unicorn farts. I mean, you call it dark matter, unicorn farts, whatever. But I mean,
yeah.
So basically, what we're saying is gravity is 85% unicorn farts, and then maybe 15% truth. Sorry, I had to get that out.
Yeah. So the problem is, though, that is the fallacy of stolen concept. There, you can't.
Yeah, you
can't disprove the globe by first accepting that galaxies.
No, but I can disprove gravity.
No, you can't. That galaxies are rotating at a little different speed than expected. So you haven't actually disproved gravity. All you've done is shown that you didn't quite understand it.
The physicists actually disproved gravity by coming up with dark matter. I mean, like I said, dude,
no physicist ever.
So how can we make it work? Let's make shit up.
That's
throw it in there. That's how it went down. But
so I know you don't know how science works. You have a hypothesis and then you test it, and if that doesn't work,
I know how lies work.
Get another one. So,
I mean, where is this dark matter? There's no pieces of it. I mean, where's it at? Like I said, where's it at? Where's it been? Where's it going?
Yeah. Again, if you're going to go with dark matter, I'm that's a great question, but it first
I mean,
necessitates
unicorn parts.
galaxies.
I call unicorn parts on that one.
Yeah, it first necessitates galaxies being many light years away and made out of lots of matter and stars and things like that. So the problem is, it's like I said, it's the fallacy of stolen the concept. You can't disprove the globe, the heliocentric model, by first accepting the heliocentric model, and then cherry picking one thing you don't understand out of it, which is what you've done.
Yeah, I can.
No, said no one ever. Right? Nobody thinks that works. Right? That's not how.
Yeah,
actual,
you know what? Don't
like,
work. Hey,
science
unicorn
works.
parts don't work, but hey, that's what we'll call it, so we can make it work. So maybe unicorn parts do work.
I mean, you could call it whatever you want. You can do whatever you want for a hypothesis and then test it. So, you know, what hypothesis did you do to?
Found it on Google.
What hypothesis did you do to disprove gravity?
Huh? It disproves itself. It's 85% of what we don't know. It's not working out. So, like I said, let's make it work out. So then add this 85% in there. We have 85% more mass to make the universe work.
Now here's a bigger.
I don't know. Hey, just pull it out of our unicorn part.
So Dean, a little more of a challenge here for you. If you're going to pick the one little thing that you don't understand out of the heliocentric model, and because you don't understand it, then, or that somebody doesn't have an explanation that you think is good enough.
Well, no, they have an explanation.
Then here's the deal. But here's the deal, Dean. That's one thing. There's other things that we don't have a full grasp on.
Yeah, I mean, nobody has the answers. We're not God.
Just a second, though. But here's the deal. If you're going to say one model doesn't work because it has questions that aren't explained, then I'm gonna just a second. Let me finish. Let me finish, Dean.
Okay,
then I'm gonna ask a whole bunch of questions about the flat Earth model that I know you don't have answers for.
Of course I don't.
So there's nobody.
Your audience knows that.
Nobody does. And so if you're going to say that one model doesn't work because you don't understand one thing, the other model is significantly worse. That's a real big problem for you.
But is there a chance that it could exist?
No. There is no chance that the Earth could be flat, because if the Earth were flat, the sun could never set.
Oh, we'll get into that next. I don't know. My logic for that isn't questionable, but you know what? I'll give it a try. You'll probably debunk it, maybe, but you know what?
I'm
scared.
Okay. Well, let me tell you what. Before we do that,
let's just be clear. I want to be clear on something. Dark matter is just some made-up thing that they can call anything just to make their equation work. And like I said, we can call it unicorn parts.
Which is exactly how neutrinos were first hypothesized. And they have now been confirmed. In fact, I went to the mine.
When dark matter gets confirmed, I'm sure you'll be the first one to let me know.
Probably not. I'm not going to give you a call when that happens.
I would think you would. I thought we were closer than that, but anyway.
So neutrinos. So here's what happened with neutrinos. They were doing some math around some different particle, subatomic particle things, and they're like, I'm
a little bit familiar.
There's some missing energy in this equation. Maybe we're doing the math wrong. Check again. No, the math is right. Check again. Math is right. Check again. Math is right. Yeah, we've checked it, we've tested it, we've done too many things to say that there's an error. So what if there's another particle that we don't know about yet? Let's just say, what if there's a particle? And let's assign that little bit of energy that is missing from the equation. Let's assign it to this particle.
No, it's like, well, we think we're right, so let's just make our equation right, and then we'll prove it later. It's kind of what you're saying.
Absolutely. You're completely correct. So then they're like, we could be wrong. It could maybe not be a particle. It could be completely something else. But let's test to see if it is a particle. And so they did a whole bunch of things to test to see if there is a particle. And they found that they were right. So in Fermilab in Batavia, Illinois, there is where they used to have the superconducting super collider. Your lights went out there, Dean.
Yeah, I just need a bit.
They had been shooting a beam of neutrinos from there through the Earth to the abandoned mine in Sudan, Minnesota. I was there last summer. I toured it.
Minnesota.
They've removed everything from there, and they're moving it over to a different, deeper mine in Dakota. It's called the Dune, Dune, Deep Underground Neutrino Experiment, I think. And they're shooting neutrinos at this to explore the properties of neutrinos and to see if they convert between electron neutrinos, tau neutrinos, and muon neutrinos. And they've so far mostly confirmed it, and they want to get one more with a farther distance. So you know what I'm talking about with the neutrinos now, right?
So they're working on justifying their lies, kind of what you're saying.
No, they're confirming a hypothesis is what they're working on. So they did that. So here's the deal. The energy missing, they hypothesized there's a particle. Then they found that there's a particle. Boom. Now, if they had not found a particle, they would have done something else. So the same thing happens with dark matter. They're like, you know what? There's something that is missing in this. Let's make a hypothesis. So that's what they did. So, all right. We got a couple people asking you some.
Let's make up unicorn farts. That's what they did.
Absolutely. But they called it neutrinos this time.
Yeah.
So now once you get into high-end physics, maybe you can invent something and call it unicorn farts, actually. But
I'm calling dark matter unicorn farts, just like gravity. But
so we've got Connell Silver first says, try this meme. If you have a triangle sides measuring 1, 1, and 1, what are the angles, Dean? You already answered it, didn't you?
Yeah, yay me.
You got it right. Connell, rather than that question, because you asked it after he already got it right, I'll ask this one. Dean, what's the derivative of x squared?
Yeah, like I know.
Thought so. All right.
Yeah, I know.
Graham Price is...
Poor little dough dirt flurf here.
Yep. Graham Price is wondering,
that's cool.
Hey, Flurf, why can't Australians see Polaris?
Because Australia is fake. You all know that.
Sorry, PhD Tony. Apparently, you're fake. And demonic digital Davros.
You live in
who else? Who else?
South New Zealand.
Who else in the chat has just been declared to be fake? I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry.
Yeah. If you're from Australia, you've been lied to.
Oh, I don't know how you live with yourself, people. All right.
It's like NASA and science lies to you. Don't believe everything your high school science teacher tells you.
Oh, that's so appropriate for Eddie Reese's comment that says, Dean, what exactly
Hi, Eddie.
What exactly did you do to prepare for this debate? So far, I'm watching a grown man have science explained as though he were 5. Tough crowd, man. Tough crowd.
Yeah, well, tell Eddie, not much.
Not much. All right. So we got Dingo is down under. Let's see. Who else? Anybody else? Daryl M says he's not fake. We got a couple Aussies. Oh, we got Eileen Dover. Do you know Eileen Dover?
Oh yeah, I've seen her around.
You've seen her around? And we've also got, I don't see him in the chat right now, but
I know people from Australia. It's not a big deal. I'm just fucking around.
But Hugh Jars, Hugh Jars is also from Australia. All right, PhD Tony says, so you may have noticed he's a PhD. He says there are in fact atmospheric and solid Earth tides. Your guest's assertion to the contrary is wrong. There you go.
Well, I think I'm wrong.
That's a solid source. Justin Neal says somebody get Tuna tab. So I don't know about you, but I have some open tabs here.
Is tab your thing?
Well, I mean, lots of open tabs is.
Oh, gotcha.
So,
yeah, get it. I get it.
We got Joey Rocha is in the chat. Joey, this is a little early in the day for you, isn't it? All right. Joey, do you know Joey Rocha, Dean?
No.
He lives in Hawaii and thinks that volcanoes are fake. Can you believe that?
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Can you believe that?
Well, I mean, who is he? You know, why should he take, scientists' words for it? I mean, scientists lie.
I mean, he could just walk outside.
Oh, do you hear about that guy that died today? That was part of the Challenger mission? You didn't hear about that?
I suppose a few people did today. No. Here's the deal. We're not going to get into Challenger. That really pisses me off. To make light of somebody's death is not.
No, it ain't about
funny.
making light of somebody's death. It's making light of how NASA lied.
Okay. No. Listen, you're not gonna do that. You got it? You're not gonna disparage somebody's death. You got that? No, you're not gonna do that. No. We're not gonna disparage somebody's death. Okay? It's not cool. It's not cool to do that. All right. Nobody can hear you because I'm not going to have that going on my channel. Right. I took you out right now. And this won't continue if you're going to do that. All right. Pisses me off. Okay. So Connell Silver Fur, Dean, being ignorant isn't a bad thing. Being unwilling to learn is a bad thing. Admit your ignorance, then listen and learn.
We're going to touch on the Coriolis effect before we end because, I mean, it's getting late for me, so.
Just a second here. I got questions from chat here. If there's a dome, it's weird that I see meteors almost once a week. This is Jet Guitar saying this. Where are the meteors from and why have I seen a comet? Where did the comet go?
Meteors are from the government. They fire off flares, high-speed flares that look like meteors. I mean, that's easily explained.
Okay, so you have evidence of this? Or is it just an empty claim based on...
It's just an empty claim.
Okay, so it's a religious belief. There you go, Jet Circus. Jet Guitars, he has a religious belief about meteors. Connell Silver first. Dean, stop vaping. It's killing your brain cells. Virillion says, I have a meme of Kermit sipping tea, therefore Kermit has a stomach.
Frogs have stomachs.
Yeah, Kermit the Frog. It's a puppet. You know that?
Doesn't mean you don't have a stomach.
Oh, dear. All right. Did you pull Neptune out of Uranus? Says Stringer News 1.
Nope, but I pulled unicorn farts out there to fucking disprove gravity.
Of course, yeah. So, Dean, if I add vanilla to waffle butter to see how it tastes, and it tastes good, is that unicorn farts or cooking science?
Well, if you add like rainbow food coloring to it, then that would totally make it unicorn farts.
Okay. Whatever. All right, so let's hear what you think about Coriolis.
Oh, yeah. Well, you posted a meme about how the Coriolis affects bullets, right?
That was not a meme. That was a website with citations, detailed citations to 7 different sources that show that long-range shooters do, in fact, use Coriolis in the calculations for long-range shots.
All right. Well, there's a flat Earth meme with a helicopter that says if the Earth is rotating at 1,000 miles an hour, why isn't the helicopter 1,000 miles an hour or 1,000 miles away in an hour?
So did you finish 4th grade?
Hey, fuck you. Hey, so seriously though.
Because in 4th grade, the concept of conservation of momentum is taught. Sometimes 3rd, sometimes 5th, definitely by middle school. Conservation of momentum is taught to children. And it seems that you missed that day. Because Coriolis requires motion, velocity, right? So if a helicopter is hovering over the ground, there is no Coriolis force because it's not moving in relation to the surface of the Earth.
The atmosphere follows it. I mean, I mean, how does that work, though? I mean, honestly, you Globetrotters can't have both.
Right.
I mean,
do you know?
It's a formula, isn't it?
Do you know how to calculate the Coriolis force?
No.
Okay, I thought you didn't. So one of the necessary components to add into Coriolis force is velocity, which is in relation to the surface of the Earth. So if a helicopter is hovering, what's its velocity in relation to the surface of the Earth?
Well, if the Earth is moving, it should be different.
In relation to the surface of the Earth, what's its velocity? I'm giving you a hint. Can you see it? 0. So if you plug in 0 to the formula for Coriolis, the force output from Coriolis is 0. So we don't expect that. And I just have to say, your inability to grasp science is not a valid argument against it. Available in my Teesprings store. All right, you still there? I think he might have left. He's still connected. I don't know. Dean, are you still there? So, well, Steve6464 says, where did meteors and comets come from before government had flares? That's a good one. Oh, there he did leave. We had a rage quit when the power of meme didn't quite satisfy the power of actually doing science. He didn't like that. So Ilya Latez says, thank you, Toon, for shutting down this guy's disrespect for men and women. Far better than him. Yes. Thank you. This is entertainment, right? This is intelligent people enjoying a giggle at the idea of flat Earth, right? That's what this is. When they start to make light of people's death, it ends there, right? Dean, that's not how respectable people do things. Okay. So, well, that was, if you saw the other night, I think it was Saturday night or Friday night, on Facebook, when I challenged him, he got very abusive and said he was gonna crush me and all sorts of things. So he, I think, rather just ran off. So let's see here. I asked Jon Snow if he was interested in coming in earlier today. So I'm going to see if he's still around. So I got a new microphone. What do you guys think of it? It is it's an AT2020 microphone. And also I have a little bit of, it was super, super sensitive. So like you could hear everything. You could hear the hard drive on my desk, like clicking away as it changed tracks. So I had to move the hard drive somewhere else. And I got some effects on it and I had somebody help. So thank you very much to you who helped. So if you like it, and a couple people said you did, so I appreciate that. I see Joey. Joey. Oh, Joey. Are you guys interested in hearing Joey talk about volcanoes? Because this is a volcano. We got to talk about volcanoes here, Joey, if you're going to do it. AT2020 is so last year. Says RT96. Yep. I wonder if there's a new model, the AT2021. So, well, Joey, let's see. I got, we got Jon Snow. He's going to be coming in. So, Joey, can you be on good behavior? Can you? Can you? That's the question. All right. Tim Pryor, it's the same as flying a drone in the car. The drone does not have to go 60 miles an hour to keep up with the car. When your entire worldview about the science of how the earth is shaped came from memes, what do you expect? What do you expect? So, all right, Joey, I will send you. We're gonna talk volcanoes, all right? And you got to be respectful, man. All right, we had a good talk last time you were on, so I will send it to you if you want to talk volcanoes. Oh, good old 33's in there spamming away. Well done, people. Playing Whack-a-Flurf. Let's see who we had. King Crew. King Crew beat got the Flurf this time. Well done. Now, I have not yet sent out the prizes from the 10,000 subscriber special. It was cold following that. It's been warm, so I don't have an excuse. I just haven't done it. So that's that. Anyway, so yeah, he didn't understand the tab. I mean, he's just kind of a newcomer to flat Earth. He learned what he learned in Nathan Thompson's group. It tells you something. What? So dumb. Stringer News is the next John Rapp. So, has Stringer News been accidentally timing people out? Oh, Kill a Crew was timed out by Stringer News. What did Kill a... Oh my gosh, there it is. Jason is here. I had a nice burger with some bacon and some chicken tenders earlier. It was delicious. Yeah, that certainly wasn't intentional. All right. So I did send to Joey, and Joey has received it, the link. So there we go. Joey, John, what do you got? Let's see. What? Oh yeah, good place. Update the bingo card. He did not seem to think that you could see one degree of curvature. So that's that. But I think we've got some Joey. Hold on a second. They can't hear you yet, Joey. All right, they can hear you now if you're talking.
Hey, Toon, can you guys hear me?
I hear you.
Okay, cool. Thank you for having me on, brother.
Yes. Let's hear about why you think volcanoes are fake.
Yeah, thanks for having me on about that. I know, hey guys, so I've been on McToon's show 3 or 4 times. I love McToon. I almost have a man crush on him. I respect you tremendously. So first, I just want to say that.
Calm down. We don't.
It's true. I love you. I think that what you're doing is great. For all flat earthers that have some type of dislike for McToon, you guys are very, very in the wrong, because he's, at the very least, if you're an intelligent flat earther, he's helping us. He's promoting what you believe and what I believe to be the truth. And intelligent conversation helps, further the truth if that's what you believe it to be. So that's my strong opinion. I'm thankful for you give your time, and that's it. If the earth really is flat, then you're helping us. And if it's not, then you're helping us too, because we don't want to promote something that's not true. But yeah, volcanoes. So volcanoes are a hoax, folks. That's what I've been saying for many, many years. And it might to you seem like that's crazy, Joey. You're trying to say that volcanoes are a hoax. You live in Hawaii. Well, that's actually how I discovered that volcanoes are a hoax. Because long story short, I was working for Expedia Local Agents as a sales agent, and they gave us familiarization tours to learn how to sell the products that we're selling to our tourists. And the one that I really wanted to do was the volcano tour, because on the big island of Hawaii, we have the most active lava flow on Earth. On the brochure, there's a picture of a big volcano with lava spewing from it. So I was like, oh, this is going to be so awesome. You know, like I love skydiving and all that different stuff. It's going to be the most epic tour of my life. And it still was. Anyways, I went to the big island and I saw the lava flow. I walked the dormant lava tubes, everything. It was really epic. I saw it during the daytime and the nighttime when it's called the glow, because the contrast of the dark sky and then the heat, you can see redness coming from the lava. And it was epic. But at the very end of the tour, I asked expert volcanists and the tour guides, I said, hey, you know, we didn't see the cone-shaped mountain with the lava coming out of it. Could you show me? I know maybe you don't show it because it's, you know, dangerous or something, but, you know, I work for Expedia local agents and I would really love to see it. Is it possible? And they said, the lava that you're seeing here is not coming from a cone-shaped mountain. It's coming from these lava tubes. And I was like, okay, but so where is the volcano? Because I thought that cone-shaped mountains and lava were synonymous, and I'm sure most people do, but in reality, whether you believe in volcanoes or not, they'll tell you, scientists will tell you that lava doesn't only come from cone-shaped mountains, it comes from several different ways, right? So they explained to me that there's no active volcanoes right now, cone-shaped mountains with lava coming out of it, and that it's coming from the underground lava tubes. And I was like, what, this is crazy. I'm like, so what are volcanoes? And like, well, you know, they explained to me what it is. And they said there were some in the past and there's some that'll surely happen in the future, but there's none now. And so I did some more research, and basically what I'm here to bring to you folks is that there actually is no cone-shaped mountains that erupt lava. All lava comes from underground lava tubes. And how you know this to be true, because I'm sure the first question that all your audience is going to ask is, what about Mount St. Helens? What about the most recent explosion in the Philippines, or et cetera, right? Well, rewatch Mount St. Helens or whichever video you want to watch, and you'll notice ash coming out of it. And people are like, oh, okay, so that is ash. So what is it? It's a sulfur vent. Just like Yellowstone, there's large sulfur vents and small sulfur vents. So all lava comes from underground lava tubes. And the only reason that you believe that it comes from cone-shaped mountains is because the cartoons, the movies you've seen, Joe versus the volcano, et cetera, et cetera. And then some people will send me videos of what appears to be lava coming out of a cone-shaped mountain. And all that merely is you see at nighttime when they're taking these videos to get the contrast of the heat and the dark, these cone-shaped mountains are actually in reality sulfur vents. So as the steam from the underground lava tubes is released from these cone-shaped mountains, it blows the rocks in its initial explosion from where they were. Now, the steam from the ash and the sulfur is extremely hot. So these rocks that are tumbling down the mountain for about 30 seconds to a minute appear to some people to be lava, until you explain to them, those are just the heated rocks that are dropping down the mountain, but you don't see continuous flow. So that's not lava that you're seeing in some of these videos where you see for about 30 seconds a couple of red rocks tumbling down. That's actually, that's not lava, that's actually rocks. And that all these cone-shaped mountains are sulfur vents. And I will end it by saying this: you're more than welcome to prove me wrong by showing me a video of a cone-shaped mountain spewing lava from it. The end. Thank you, McToon.
I don't think that people think that cone-shaped mountains have lava spewing from them. I think it is just a cartoon idea.
What other shaped mountains are there? Don't all mountains go like this?
No, not all mountains go in a triangle, upside down triangle or whatever shape. There's mountains that don't have a peak to them like that at all.
So welcome, Jon Snow. Joey, this is John, Joey. There you go.
Brother John, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
So, all right, we've got, so are you saying there are no cone-shaped volcanoes?
No, I'm saying that volcanoes that are cone-shaped are just something that is an urban legend that don't actually exist. Lava is real. I live in the most active lava flow area on Earth, and I can tell you lava is, of course, is real, but it just doesn't come from cone-shaped mountains. And people say, what's so important about it? Well, maybe it's not important at all, but you know, it just so happens to be the truth. Most people believe that lava comes and spews from cone-shaped mountains, and people who are educated know that it doesn't always come from cone-shaped mountains, but they think that sometimes it does. So my only point is to share with everybody that it never does.
So my understanding of it, as I learned it, was that there's kind of two general categories of volcano. One that primarily is lots of lava. They're not very cone shaped. And then the other one would be the cone shaped ones, but that they're not from just lava spilling out, overflowing from it, like from a, you know, a kid's baking soda and vinegar science project, right? That it's mostly solid stuff getting shot out of it and then landing on the cone. Right?
Yeah, but there's actually no lava at all whatsoever that comes from these cone-shaped mountains, is my point. So if your audience can take away anything, all I'm trying to tell you is that never, ever, in my point that I'm trying to make, does lava emit from cone-shaped mountains. That's my only point. It may not be a big deal, but the underlying implications is that if there's no volcanoes, then there's definitely not any super volcanoes, which is important to know, because you don't want to be scared of an imminent super volcano under Iceland or under Yellowstone or something that doesn't actually even exist. And so that's why I bring it to your attention. It's not as important as a flat Earth, but it's worth talking about, and you obviously have me on your show for it, and it brings a lot of attention. I'm surprised how much attention it brings. To me, it's not even that big of a deal.
I mean, you frame it in a way that gets a lot of attention, right?
Thank you. Well, I'm Facebook famous because I'm witty.
Facebook famous, he says. How many fans you got?
I'm maxed out.
What does that mean? I'm max. Everyone, 5,000 max.
Yeah, 5,000. But that's not what makes me Facebook famous. That's not what makes me Facebook famous. What makes me Facebook famous is that a lot of my videos have hundreds of thousands of views. My videos have been shared hundreds of thousands of times. I've been on McToon's show, Simon Dan's show, FTFE, and a whole bunch more. And some of my videos get close to 500,000 views. So that's what makes me Facebook famous.
Nice.
Because from Facebook, I've become somewhat famous. So everybody can have 5,000 friends. All you have to do is get famous. What makes me famous is that my videos get so many views, and I go on so many different shows.
This is the first time I've ever heard
And
it.
the only reason I say I'm Facebook famous, that's okay. Do you think that that's okay?
Against you.
What was your name again? John, right?
My name is John. Yes, I'm just meeting you. I don't know you. I like you.
No, that's okay, John. Let me ask you a quick question, because I think what you're trying to imply is because you don't know me, I'm obviously not famous. Are there anything?
No, you're not famous. You could be.
He's just messing with you.
Okay. Oh, I was just going to simply let him know that there's famous people that you've never heard of and that I've never heard of. That
guaranteed. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
But yeah, I'm Facebook famous.
For example, there's a famous guy.
Pioneered the flat Earth movement. I pioneered it.
Oh, you did? Okay. I've never heard of MC Hammer, and he's famous.
But you're a rapper.
But I've never heard of MC Hammer.
But you're a rapper.
And he's famous.
MC Toon's not the worst rapper in the world.
I didn't say that. I said he's a rapper.
No, but I
didn't even say he was good or bad.
No,
please,
he thinks he's bad.
I am
himself.
Definitely a terrible rapper. Don't.
No. See, what McToon is doing, you guys, is he's saying you don't understand rap culture. If I say I'm bad, I'm not saying I'm not good. I'm saying I'm elite. I'm on the highest level. All McToon is saying is that he is one of the elite rappers in his opinion. People think he's saying he's not good. There's language. There's code within rap.
I'm not doing the Michael Jackson bad thing.
That's even more. That's even more code word for. He's over people like MC Hammer. That's why he doesn't give him credit, because he believes he's over, and I do too. I think he's pretty elite rapper.
So
I've never heard you rap.
John has.
Would you say? Listen, would you say MC Toon's Facebook famous?
No. He's popular though. He's very popular.
Okay. Is he YouTube famous?
It's not an insult.
Don't worry, my ego's fine.
MC Toon has a fan page. Do you have a fan page?
Well, anybody can create a fan page, but
does anybody create one for you?
Here's how you tell if you're famous, John. Here's how you tell if you're famous. Okay, here's the bottom line. If you want to talk social media videos, how many views have your videos gotten? That's all. That's the bottom line. Whether it's
views can be bought. What do you mean? People can buy views. So does it matter? Does it matter like how many views? Because anyone can fabricate what they're doing. So I'm just wondering, why do views matter? It should
Does-
like it's hard to
Joey-
Views matter because
Does Joey buy
here's why views matter. Here's
I'm
why
not
views
saying, I'm
matter.
not saying he does, but I'm saying you can.
I know. But John, that's a good question. Here's why views matter. Views matter because
so
YouTube
doesn't
won't
matter in this
sponsor
world of
you.
views, and if views
I
can
know,
be
but
bought,
John,
then why do views matter?
Let me answer you. So why do views matter? That's a great question. Okay, so if you have hundreds of thousands of views, YouTube sponsors you, right? If you have hundreds of thousands of views, people who normally wouldn't even click on your video will just click on it just because they're like, what's everybody watching? So that's why it matters.
All right,
it's really important. If
let me
you see
show
somebody that has 5 views and that's all their views, you're probably not going to click on their video. So
Makes
Can
it's
I-
really
can I
important. It's a good
share-
question, John.
Can I share a video here?
Yeah.
With you.
Yeah, please try and poke holes in my volcano host.
There you go. All right. So you see, this is Krakatoa.
Yeah.
You see that? All
Hey,
right.
is this what do you call that? A cone shape? Is
That's
this
a
one in the
cone-shaped volcano. Looks
Okay,
like to me.
Cone shape. Cone shape.
It's a cone-shaped mountain. Yes.
There we
Good.
go.
Cone shape.
And look at that. There's stuff flying out of it,
Yep.
and
And you see the red stuff coming down right there?
yep.
Those are rocks. Okay, from the initial heat explosion, from the rocks that are being blown
that's
off the
not
top.
that's not melted rocks. That's unmelted rocks.
That's unmelted rocks. However, remember this is at nighttime. That's why you can see the contrast. If this was the daytime and that really was lava, you wouldn't see the red anyway. So that's how lava works.
Okay.
But what you need to do, because this video, I doubt it has it, McToon. Maybe it does. But what you need to do is show this video right here with the initial explosion, which is what we're seeing, for at least a minute. And if you can see a minute's worth, you'll see that the red rocks that you see coming out from the dissipation of the rocks being blasted that are heated will stop after about 45 seconds to a minute, showing you it's not lava that's pouring out. It was the initial explosion because sulfur is rising up. It's very hot and it's blowing and exploding at the peak of it, causing the rocks that were on top, heated rocks during the nighttime, to glow, falling down, trickling down the mountainside. But you don't see it continuously afterwards. What you see afterwards is nothing but ash. So hopefully this video will show more than a minute's worth, but it looks like it's on repeat. That's all we're seeing is repeat, right?
Well, it looks like it's multiple different either views or it's labeled.
Well, it's obviously the showing of the initial explosion.
Yeah,
The-
it's
the
labeled as
initial-
2018 and 2020, so it looks like it's 2 different times. But so here's the deal. If I'm understanding you correctly, you are refuting the idea that lava is what's shooting out, and instead that it's heated rocks and ash and other stuff
Hot rock.
shooting
Well,
out.
ash
right?
is
So-
obvious because we can see the ash. The reason why it's heated rock is because obviously there is ash coming out of there. Nobody can deny that. So this ash is rising from this cone-shaped mountain. And as it does, obviously you see an explosion too. It's heating up the rocks as it makes the explosion, allowing the sulfur to pop out of it. And what you're seeing is those rocks that were heated and exploded are rolling down the mountain for only about 30 seconds. But all we're seeing is a replay of a 30-second clip. But if you watch these videos in their full entirety, you'll notice that after about 30 to 45 seconds, no more of that stuff that we see that's red comes out of it. And another thing to remember too, guys, as McToon's looking for a full video, is that it also defies the laws of physics, because magma or lava is at a temperature of approximately 1400 degrees, and rocks that comprise the mountains have a melting point of about 600 to 800 degrees. So that means that the magma or the lava that comes out is twice the temperature of the melting point of these rocks. So what would actually happen is it would implode upon itself. Plus, lava or magma is a liquid. It's a liquid solid. And as we know, all liquids find the least path of resistance. So why would they funnel up through rocks straight up in the air, this liquid solid, to erupt itself?
It's basically the earth farting.
Hey, do you got any pictures you could show me? Drawings? I learn better when people show me drawings.
John, what's it called before it comes out of the earth? The melted rock part. What's it called?
Magma. Magma.
Maga. Make America great again.
It's magma. So,
magma.
Joey, if a small amount of melted rock lands on top of a large amount of not melted rock, what's going to happen?
It's going to melt.
If a small amount of melted rock lands upon a
large amount of not melted rock,
not much. It's just going to probably add to it. It'll probably,
I mean,
I'm just guessing here, but it'll probably land on it and become a piece of it because it'll mold
yeah,
to it.
and the melty part will cool down pretty quickly.
Mhm.
Right. So
Right.
all right. So
But you're talking about with a volcano, you're talking about a river flowing up through the center, spouting through the center of this cone-shaped mountain.
I think it's just like
which is not just a drop.
Farty diarrhea is what it's doing. Actually, more like that.
Well, that's what they say.
I mean, who in the
There's
chat's
no
never
proof
had
of it.
farty diarrhea, right? I mean,
And there's no proof. The thing about it is that's what they say, but there's no proof of it. It doesn't make sense. It defies the laws of physics. Nobody's ever seen it on video before. And it's really important because
what physics is it defying?
Okay, so it would defy the fact that rocks have a melting point, right? Everything has a melting point. You know that. You know everything has a melting point.
Yeah,
Glass has a melting point, right? So rocks have a melting point, and rocks have a melting point all the way up to 1,000 degrees. But the majority of rocks that comprise these mountains have a melting point of between 600 to 800 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay.
So magma or lava, being the temperature of about 12 to 1,400 degrees,
I'm sorry,
is twice that of the melting point.
We don't use
rocks.
Fahrenheit. We only use sheep units.
Sheep units.
Yes.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a real honest question, guys? So I missed it. When I first saw MC2 and he was talking to some guy in the dark.
Yeah, that was
guy in the dark.
That was Dean Whitlow who rage quit.
It?
Yeah.
Okay, but okay. So what is your argument, Joseph? Is it Joseph?
Joey.
Joey. What's
We
your
call
argument?
call him
You're
Joey.
trying to say that magma isn't real or something? What's going on here? Let's just break it down. Let's get the brass tacks here. What's going on? What's your argument?
Well, all I'm letting people know is that lava does not come from cone-shaped mountains.
Where does it come
the
from?
reason why what's that?
Where does it come from then?
Well, even expert volcanists will tell you that 95% of the time, all lava comes from underground lava tubes. All I'm saying is that 100% of the time it comes from underground lava tubes. It may not be a big deal, but it's the truth. And also what it also teaches us is that supervolcanoes are also a super hoax because volcanoes aren't real. There's no underground supervolcanoes that are going to erupt and destroy huge land masses because lava is actually very harmless.
What about
for
Pompeii?
example,
Pompeii. Pompeii was a true story of a volcano that killed everybody in the city. Pompeii.
so sulfur and ash are much more dangerous than lava. It wasn't lava that killed people. It was the sulfur and the ash. I'm not debating whether people die or anything like that. All I'm telling you is that lava, it doesn't make sense, the laws of physics. And also when I explain this to everyone here in Hawaii, when I explain it to expert volcanists, they're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But I still think that in the past and in the future, we're going to have some. And I think you're incorrect. But you know, I see your point. You got some good logic. You know, nobody tells me who knows about a lot about volcanoes says you're completely ridiculous. It's just the layman that doesn't even understand that the majority of lava does come from underground lava tubes. Most people don't know that. And lava tubes course through the earth like veins in our body.
I think that what you've done is you've addressed the kind of cartoon and misconception about cone-shaped volcanoes, but you didn't really like undo anything that the experts actually know about.
Yeah, because I actually, well, I agree with you except for the last part where you said that I haven't done it where experts agree about, because the expert volcanists, if you watch National Geographic and stuff like that, a lot of them will claim that cone-shaped mountains erupt lava. But in reality, that's not true. They don't erupt lava, they erupt ash.
And that red glowing stuff.
That red glowing stuff, as I explained. Well, okay, let's go from inception. Let's go from inception. Before there was any ash or red stuff coming out of it, it was sealed. It was just a mountain you can climb up. Okay, so obviously the mountain is comprised of rocks and other debris. So whether you think it's lava or just ash, either way, these rocks are being heated to extreme points. And when they're being ejected out in the nighttime, which is called the glow, which is why you can even see it
so
red.
It's basically you're just claiming it's not as hot as other people are saying.
There's no lava whatsoever. There's no lava whatsoever coming out of the volcano.
But there's rocks. Lava's melted rocks, right?
No. That's what people think. People think lava is melted rock. Lava is silicon and oxygen. It's a mixture. It's a mixture of that until it reaches the earth.
Silicon?
When it reaches the earth, when it reaches the earth's surface, it's exposed to air. When it touches air, it becomes into a black porous rock. When it touches cold water, it comes into blue obsidian. It can take all kinds of different shapes and forms depending on what element or temperature it's exposed to.
Okay, so what are rocks made out of?
Rocks can be made out of several different things, but the lava rock that we see, that's from lava being exposed to the air, cooling down, and turning into a black porous rock. But it can also turn into glass. It can turn into all kinds of different elements like sand. A lot of beaches are made out of lava.
It's the same. It's the same element. It's still silicon, right? It's not
silicon and oxygen.
It's not a different element. It's the same element. So it's just different forms of silicon.
That's the only thing is that when we see a rock so lava, here's the difference. Okay, it's kind of like the bird or the egg. Lava is silicon and oxygen, but rocks, when you examine a rock, it can have all kinds of different minerals in it, because the silicon and the oxygen, when it's exposed to different minerals, it takes them in and it absorbs, and it becomes a whole new thing all in of itself. So they're almost the same, but they're not when you separate the two. When you just examine lava, it's just silicon and oxygen. But when you examine a rock, depending on the rock, it can have all kinds of minerals in it.
Just silicon and oxygen, right? There's more than just silicon. It's primarily silicon and oxygen, but there's other stuff and impurities.
The basics of lava is silicon and oxygen, and it's flows right now. It's flowing underneath the earth all over the place in underground lava tubes, and it's pretty amazing the way it works, because as it pushes its way through the earth, it creates its own tube, because the Earth's surface is the Earth's debris or whatever is underneath the earth is cooling it just enough to form a shell, but yet the inside of it, the lava is still able to flow. So it creates its own tube, which is pretty cool. And another cool thing too is that I've discovered that tectonic plates aren't responsible for earthquakes. It's actually these underground lava tubes that create the earth to cave in and make quakes.
That is new.
Yeah, that's not too popular. But
you have like some seismology measurements and seismologists that say the same thing.
No,
this is volcanologists or geographers.
This is not something that scientists in general will agree upon whatsoever. I've come to this conclusion just doing my own independent research and speaking with other expert volcanists. And you can prove this for yourself really easily. Think about it. What happens when we see an earthquake? Well, in reality, besides it being called an earthquake, that's the name for it, we see the earth caving in a little bit and cracking, and then the after effect of the earth shaking. That's what we call it, an earthquake. But how does that? How do we get that? So if you do an experiment and you take like a big clear plastic bucket and you drill a hole in the middle, you fill it up with sand and other debris, and you push a broomstick through it, you will watch the top of the surface of that sand make the same exact type of cave-in as you see in an earthquake, exactly the same, no difference. And that's not enough proof. That's just a mental thought experiment. The stuff that can start leading you scientifically towards knowing that what I'm saying is true is that when you look at earthquakes, what we call earthquakes, and when you look at volcanic activity and seismographic activity, you will see that they parlay hand in hand. They run along the same lines. Of course, that could be just coincidental, but I say that that's evidence of that what I'm saying is something that's at least valid enough to look into. So you see what you're seeing right there. If anybody doesn't know this already, you can't see lava being the color red unless it's contrasted into a somewhat dark sky. That's just a fact, okay? That's not just debatable whatsoever. What you're seeing right now is obviously it's either lava or it's hot rocks, as I'm explaining to you. How you know it's not lava is because if you show a video, not just a picture, but if you show a video that's longer than 30 to 45 seconds, you'll see that after that initial explosion of the top popping off from the hot sulfur, where these red hot coal rocks are dripping down, that after that, there's no more of what people think is lava. Instead, it's just pure ash. And what I'm telling people is that it's just the initial explosion, that the heated rocks that are rolling down the mountain that are causing that red effect, but it doesn't last because it isn't lava. It's just the rocks that have been expelled from the top of this cone-shaped mountain.
Every time you guys say volcanist, I think of Star Trek.
Yeah, everyone does. Everyone laughs when I say volcanist. They think of, what's the guy's name with the ears? Spock, yeah.
Spock. Live long and prosper.
Yes.
That's it.
And by the way, I know I'm not here to talk about flat Earth, But geesh, I can't wait for me and McToon to talk flat Earth again because
Hey, do you
you know
think
the Coriolis effect
5G
and
is
meteors
bad?
and all that stuff. I've got all the answers for that. So in the future, hopefully, I'll
What's your
be
thoughts
allowed on to
5G?
discuss this.
What are your thoughts on 5G? He needs to know.
What 5G?
5G,
What about it?
Is it good or bad? We need to know.
Oh, the conspiracy where it's
Yep.
causing sickness and illness and everything.
Yep.
I think it's the same conspiracy as microwaves being bad for you. I mean, maybe there's some health defects to it, but it's.
Okay.
I think it's nothing. There's going to be
All
6G, 7G. I also know that chemtrails aren't real. I also know the turbine engine, and a lot of people think that because you're a truther, what they call truther, that you believe all the same thing that everybody else does. But that's obviously not true. All Christians don't believe the same thing. All Muslims, all atheists, and everyone's different. But no, I don't think 5G at all is responsible for basically anything other than the fact that that's the only way to get high-speed internet and the Internet of Things going. Because
5G
there's gonna be
causes
6G and 7G rolling out next.
5G causes faster download speeds.
What about lizard people?
Extremely faster. Extremely faster.
John,
that's why
Joey is on a quest, and he is not like the other flat
What, for what?
earthers.
To what?
He does
like the
not
Mandela effect
he does
is
not
for
take the
morons.
Mandela effect. He does
I
not
don't
go
like things that aren't
chemtrail.
true being integrated in the truth community. I only think that vaccines cause autism. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I think. And I also think that the earth is flat and a couple of other things, like 9/11 was a controlled demolition. But I don't fall into, it was the Jews, or it was America, or it was Russia. I mean, I don't know that stuff. I just take laws of physics, and it looks like 9/11 was a controlled demolition. So I say that. Vaccines, I believe there's enough evidence to say that they cause autism. There's only about 5 things that I really am conspiratorial towards, and that's what I bring to the table. And so, like McToon said, I'm on a mission to purify the truth community for all these nonsense like chemtrails and 5G and the Mandela effect.
John,
and
he
every
also
celebrity is a tranny, and
he also thinks that corn is just really big grass.
Yeah.
It is. Okay.
And I'm a big promoter of the endocannabinoid system, a huge promoter of the endocannabinoid system. I believe that cannabis is so beneficial for us, and I think that the powers that should not be are suppressing this beautiful medicine for us.
Beautiful medicine.
Yeah. So somebody says 991 was caused by volcanoes. Somebody else says volcanoes are caused by 5G.
Yes.
So that volcano that we looked at did seem to have some stuff flowing down it.
Yeah.
CGI.
So that's why I told you, McToon. That's why I explained to you. Show me a video, because obviously that the volcano that you just showed me didn't just last for 30 seconds. It's just you're showing a loop. So what I would like you to do is show a video, or maybe if you can't find it now, show it later, of that same volcano or any volcano for a few minutes. And then you'll notice that after about 30 to 45 seconds, there's no more of that red stuff coming out. And that proves that either there's only a tiny bit of lava, or it's what I exactly exclaimed. So that's what you need to do.
Bro, I've seen videos of volcanoes pouring out lava for a long. Maybe that's the Mandela effect. Well,
No. All you got to do is show it, because I hear people saying that all the time.
I'm with Joey. I think that, John, what you're thinking of is not the cone-shaped one. So I think the deal is that there's this cartoon idea of what volcanoes are.
Amen.
And Joey, I think though that this picture, which I don't even know what it is, but this picture does look like it is lava flowing out the top. Not that there's rocks, and not that these somehow shot up and then landed, because it's in a stream. It's not just in a mess all over the surface. It's in a stream.
No, what you see him is trickling down a mountain. And remember, a mountain is comprised of rocks. There's a lot of rocks, and it's shooting the center of itself out. It's a lot of rocks, but it only lasts for 30 to 45 seconds.
So if people, I've been muting myself. I have a little like cough from allergies or something, but it happens this time of year living in Minnesota. So I've been coughing. I mute myself, but my wife can hear me, so she hands me some tea with. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, MC wife, for the tea with honey in it. There you go. And it is a Florida mug there. We were in Florida last in January. So let's see. Google Mount Etna lava pouring out. There we go. Let's I'll do that. Joey, let's see. John, can you tell us once again what's inside what is lava before it comes out of the earth called?
According to this guy, hot rocks. No, it's magma. It's magma.
No, it's not magma. It's MAGA. MAGA.
Oh,
Hot
come
rocks.
on.
How we're calling it hot rocks now. They're just hot rocks.
Make
Just
America
hot.
great again.
All right, we're gonna let's see. Wow, that is that's good. I don't know how you're gonna say this is rocks. But
Before you show this video, is this a video that you're going to show that's longer than, let's say, a minute?
yeah, the
Or is
video,
it on a
let's see, this one is 52 seconds long.
Okay,
So,
let's see the 52-second long
Oh,
video, and then make
man.
sure it's not on repeat.
this
Because
is,
a lot of these
yeah,
videos that are like,
it's clips. Yeah, it's but all right,
yeah,
hold on.
that's the thing. People keep on, and that's why when John asked me, or when John said, "Oh, I've seen lots of the videos," well, now I'm asking you to go back with the new information I've given you, and not see edited. Here's a clip, and now here's a new clip. I want to see a continuous flow for longer than like 45 seconds, which there's none. There's zero.
We've been lied to the whole time. My mind is blown right now. I don't know.
I don't
what
believe
to
it's a
think.
lie.
I
I don't
know
believe
what
it's
to
a
think
lie.
anymore, right, guys? I don't know what
No,
to
I
think.
don't believe it's a
believe.
lie, brother.
How
I don't
how
believe
is
it's
it?
a lie.
How is
There's
it
urban
a?
legends. There's urban legends.
Yeah, so it's
There's-
not a hoax.
That's
You're,
true.
it's all right. This is here's this.
There's
I'll
no
send
magma.
Let
them.
me ask you a question, John. Do crickets make noise by rubbing their legs together?
Now I don't even know anymore. No, I don't
But-
have no clue.
But what do you think?
anymore.
What do you
I don't
think?
know. I don't know. I'm questioning everything.
No, just your opinion. What do you think? Do crickets make noise from their legs being rubbed together?
What's a cricket? Are crickets even crickets?
No, I'm
Crickets
asking you a question,
crickets
John.
don't
Do you
exist.
think
They're just robots to
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a microphone
to spy on us.
Yeah, that's all it is. Microphones in the.
Okay, John,
it's
I know you're just
grass
joking, but
microphones.
do you think that crickets make their singing noise by rubbing their legs together?
Well, I mean, that's what I was told.
that's what the cartoons
Okay,
say.
well, that's what most people think, but in reality, that's not true. It's their wings. So it's not like they're lying to us or anything like that. There's just urban legends that people can expose that, the general public thinks is true. That's not. That's all there is to it.
What's this? This looks fake.
Okay, let's see your video, McToon.
All right, this one. So this is paused right now. So are you saying
Is that
this?
a cone? I see lava. I don't see a cone shape. Where's the cone shaped mountain?
Well, yeah, it's zoomed in. So
Okay, so
you
it can
can't
be zoomed
see
in on
you
what's
can't
called
see
a lava bed.
you can't see the detail of the mountain and be zoomed out at the same time. So
Well, can they
this
show where it's initially a cone shape and then zoom in on it? I mean, is there
don't-
something like that?
I
Because
don't
if
control.
people don't know that
I
the
don't
audience doesn't know.
control how the Guardian does their video. They didn't
I'm not
ask
saying
me.
you can control it, McToon. I'm explaining to you in the audience that there's things called lava beds and lava pools, which is when lava flows onto the surface of the earth from underground lava tubes. It sometimes finds cavities or holes on the earth that it fills up, just like water or any other liquid would do. And so looks like to me, because I live in Hawaii, looks like just lava flowing, and there's one portion of it where it caught a cavity and it's filling up right there. I don't see a cone-shaped mountain. So hopefully there's a cone-shaped mountain, but right now I haven't seen one. Is there one in this video?
Well, it's
Because people think that lava and volcanoes are synonymous with each other, and they're not. And so I would need to see a cone-shaped mountain with lava spewing out of it.
well,
Lava's
This is-
real.
yeah, this is Mount Etna. This is all the same mountain, Mount Etna, which we saw earlier, which you agreed was cone
Wow,
shaped.
that's a cone shape one right there. That's
So,
definitely
yeah.
cone shape.
Okay, let's see how long this video lasts.
51
It looks
seconds.
a lot like melty rock. I don't know how that's not lava. It's even like flowing in big old gloopy, streams.
It's down a mountainside. Is what it's
Yeah.
doing. You can see the trail behind it, just like a shooting star. A shooting star is not a glob of liquid. It leaves a trail behind it, and that's what you're seeing there. That's why the audience and yourself, McToon, and you too, John, need to show a video or see a video that's longer than a minute, not just, or at least 45 seconds where you can see it. And there's none like that. And
What's the point? What's the point, though? What's the point would be to make up such fiction about these things and have people? Why wouldn't people set people straight? If what's the point of lying or
right?
being
People should set people straight, and they do it all the time. There's called the Urban Dictionary of things that people think are true that aren't. And the point of this is just to educate people on something that I learned by happenstance, and just to get the knowledge out there. It's like I said, it's not that important to me, but it's for some reason the most popular thing that I talk about. I try to talk about how the pyramids are built or flat earth or something else. And people say, what about the volcanoes are a hoax? And you know what? Okay, great. So is it my most important truth? Not at all. But it is what I believe to be the truth.
If I can interrupt for a second. You could look up on Urban Dictionary, the Riley-Nodell effect.
What about the Streisand effect?
Which is the synonym for the Dunning-Kruger effect.
What about the MC Toon effect?
There's no effect named after me yet.
We're going to make one. Hey, everybody in the chat, we got to make up an MC Toon effect in the chat. Let's hear it. We want to hear some best MC Toon effects.
All right, so hold on. Somebody sent a link. Let's see. All right, Justin Franks.
MC Toon effects in the chat. Let's go.
And to everybody in the audience that's watching live now, if you could do us all a favor and share this video right now while it's live, so we can get an even larger audience, that would be great.
What do we got right now?
Make sure to like the video, guys. Make sure and like it.
Also, join the MC Toon fan page.
323.
Yeah, like the video, and go to MC Toon's shop and buy a T-shirt. Buy an MC Toon T-shirt.
Yeah, you guys. I mean, look at his background of his house. I mean, he's not poor, but he's not rich. Help him out.
Exactly.
What are you talking about? I'm going to be on MTV Cribs here soon. And
look at John. I mean, John, do you have a Patreon? Help John out.
I don't. Just send it to MC Toon. I'll send it to me.
Parents still. Look at that. I mean, do you still live with your parents, or do you live on your own yet?
I'm living with my parents.
See, so help the brother out.
Help me out.
Unemployment, living with his parents. The guy needs some help.
Send it to Toon. Send the money to Toon. He'll send it to me.
John doesn't actually live with his mom right now.
No,
not right now. So
no,
you guys are fighting.
I haven't for a long time. When I got out of prison, I lived with her for like 6 months, and then I got out of there.
Now, were you in prison or in jail?
I was in prison.
Okay, so you committed a pretty big crime. I just got out of police academy training, and I didn't realize the difference between jail and prison, and I learned about all that stuff while I was there. So.
I went away for 9 years.
Pretty interesting.
9 years.
Woo! Thank God you're out, brother.
So this is a time lapse.
Those are hot rocks.
Of let's see, what is this?
That looks like hot rocks, kind of.
It looks pretty melty.
Not really, though.
Yeah, well, if it was liquid, it would be continuous, and you'd see the flow. But let's see how long it lasts. How long is this video?
That was a time lapse, so it was many, many minutes.
But it kept burning out quick, though. You could see it, Toon. You could see it was burning out quick.
Now, what you should do, McToon, is now that you've shown the viewers, this supposed coming out, which it's just hot rock. Now show them some actual lava flow so they can see what lava's like, because the average person doesn't even know much about this. So if you can show lava flow so people can be like, oh my God, that's what lava actually looks like, then what came out of that cone-shaped mountain wasn't lava. Lava is basically it acts like water. It's a liquid solid.
Yeah,
it's all continuous. It's huge. And when that stuff splashes around, it makes huge explosions. It's extremely hot. It's extremely heavy. And, it flows in vast amounts. So if you could show them what lava flow looks like, maybe Hawaii lava flow, active lava flow, where there's rivers of lava flowing, they will be surprised and they'll say, oh, wow, that's obviously the lightest lava flow I've ever seen. And remember, guys, you see during the daytime, what do you see? It looks like not red, right? And that's because you can only see what they call the glow at nighttime.
Yeah, it's not
it's
not that glowy.
Yeah, it's very glowy. That's the only way you can see it. And as a matter of fact, if you were to take charcoals or hot rocks or whatever you wanted and pour them down a mountain peak at nighttime, it would look exactly like what you're showing right there. Lava, on the other hand, it's joined together. It's one solid unit. It's going to be pouring. It's extremely, extremely saturated together. It's bonded together very, very much.
All right.
Well, so hold on. Well, let's hold the phone 1 second. What happened to all these stories of people losing their houses and lava coming from volcanoes destroying houses and people and stuff? Like, come on now. I've heard stories.
Oh, that's a good question. I live here, so you're asking the right attention. Yeah, you're right. I was trying to get attention because I knew that after building my reputation, love me or hate me, even if 90% hate me, they're tuning into me.
Cloud chasing.
That's going to allow me to get my message out there. So
the rap
I
world
was just
would
doing
call
it for fun.
cloud
I was having a
chasing.
good time. What's that?
It's what the hip hop world will call clout chasing.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. It's the same thing, you know? And so that's all I was doing. And so, you know, some people, they get so hurt their feelings, you know, you're mean to me. Well, remember, we're on a screen hundreds and thousands of miles away. It depends on where you're at. There's no threat whatsoever. So there's nobody should be worried or scared or anything like that. And it was just for show anyways.
Yeah. Not hundreds of thousands, I don't think. I'm pretty sure.
So what do you think, Toon?
So-
What do you think? Do you think he's telling the truth? You believe him? You believe, hey, Toon, do you believe him?
Joey does like to stir the pot for attention.
He's flexing.
Yeah, I do. It's true.
But do you believe him about the lava thing? Do you think he's true? Do you think it's right? Do you think we've been fooled?
Well, it looked to me like Mount Etna and some of the others had lava, like melty rock, coming down
Hot-
from
hot rocks,
the
for sure.
top of the cone shape. But I think that the idea that it's just like this, you know, middle school science project with you know, soap and vinegar and baking soda type, that's not what actually is what happens.
Okay.
John and McToon, I've allowed you guys to kind of show some videos to try to poke holes in my my theory and stuff like that. Now, let me just ask you guys. So forget what you showed me. Let's go to the most popular volcanic eruption that I'm pretty sure everybody would agree on, which is Mount St. Helens. Just to get this across. John, do you think that lava came out of Mount St. Helens? And McToon, do you think that lava at any point came out of Mount St. Helens?
I think
Let me ask you that question.
Yeah, John, go first.
I'm gonna say I don't know.
But just guess, yes or no. It's okay if you're wrong. Who cares?
5. I'm gonna guess 5.
No, yes or no.
Oh no.
Do you think that lava came out of Mount St. Helens or no?
I don't believe in lava anymore because of you. So no, I don't.
John,
No, my answer is no. Final answer.
so you don't think that any lava came out of Mount
I
St.
don't
Helens?
know. Lava ain't real.
Okay.
Hot
Maybe
rocks.
because
They were hot rocks. I seen
It's
them.
just
Hot rocks.
melted rocks instead of.
McToon, can I talk to you instead? Because I think that, I mean, I know you're kidding, John, but I'm trying to actually ask you a question. And hopefully, like, you know, when I joke around, I'll joke around, but then I'll
You
eventually
don't
answer
want
the
to talk to me
question.
no more. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I do want to talk to you, but can you actually answer it? I mean, you're funny, but can you answer the question too? Do you think that lava came out of Mount St. Helens? I'm just asking, do you think it did or not?
I don't think about it. I mean, I don't know.
Even if it was just a little bit, do you think any?
Well, I don't even know if lava. Listen, you're making good points about this stuff, right? Listen, so now I'm questioning everything.
I think the
Okay,
primary.
so do you think that lava?
Okay,
Do you
so
think that lava came out of Mount St. Helens at all?
I'll give you the answer to yes no, because like when you ask a yes no question, it's nice to get a yes or no. So
Yeah.
no, I think it was
Okay.
primarily an explosion. I don't know what else might have come out.
Okay, but do you think that there's any video of any lava coming out? Any visible lava?
I don't think it would surprise me if there was none. How about that?
Okay, thank you. And so I'm really glad you said that. And John, if you watch the video, brother, you'll see the same thing. And the reason why I'm bringing that to attention is not for you, McToon or John. It's for the audience because it's the most number one question I get. What about Mount St. Helens? And to my surprise, I ask people to rewatch the video, or I've done it on some of my shows, and they do from inception for hours and hours. You can watch as long as you want. And they're like, oh, wow, there's nothing, not even red rocks pouring, nothing like that. And they're like, oh, how amazing. And the reason why there's not red rocks coming out is because the initial explosion was in the daytime. And as I've explained, you can only see the glow at nighttime.
All right, let's see. Somebody who lives somewhere near a volcano was asking about coming on. So let me read a couple super chats while I'm waiting for
Let
that
them
to
on
happen.
quick. Those are my favorite people because there's hardly anybody on Earth that has actually seen active lava flow. It's like one of the most rarest things. And when I get to talk to other people who've actually seen it with their eyes, they really understand what I'm saying.
All right, we got Fohammer 335 says no one almost has a crush on Toon. We all do have a crush on Toon.
No, I said I have a man crush on McToon. The reason why I said almost is because I was a little bit shy about it. but I do have a man crush on McToon, and it's not because he lost so much weight and got in great shape.
Please be shy.
It's because of the fact that he's got brass balls. He shows his face and he talks about things that he agrees or disagrees with, and I respect people like that. Your wife went on video in a different reality in a Mandela effect and said you had a brass pair of balls.
Oh my gosh. All right. Justin Neal says, I'm in Hawaii. Volcanoes are not a hoax. So Justin, I hope that we've gotten Joey's better nuanced idea of it.
Well, here's another thing too. Who was it that said that, McToon? What's the name of the guy?
Justin Neal.
Okay, Justin Neal. So let me talk to you real quick, Justin Neal, and the audience can follow along with this too. Justin, which island do you live on? Because I guarantee you this, McToon, I'm almost 100% sure that he's never been to even see the active lava flow. Because just because he lives in Hawaii, there's a lot of different islands here. Only one island has the active lava flow. It's the big island of Hawaii. And hardly anybody has ever been over there to see it in the whole world. So just because he lives here in Hawaii, there's a lot of people that live here and that have visited here that have never seen the active lava flow. So is he trying to say that he's actually seen the lava flow? Or is he just saying, I live here and I think that it doesn't, what Joey's saying is untrue because I live here? I would need him to be an eyewitness as a testimony to it. Has he ever been there to visit it?
So, all right, I'm not seeing an answer from him at the moment.
He probably hasn't.
He's
I get
maybe
blanket
typing
statements like that all the time. Oh, I've been there too, or I've seen lava, so you're wrong. I'm like, okay, great. I've seen lava too, and lava does exist. People always think I'm saying that lava isn't real for some reason. All I'm saying is that it doesn't come from cone-shaped mountains.
All right. We have here a video somebody sent. One of the most active lava lakes in the world, into the Marum crater, M-A-R-U-M. I don't know where that is. Oh, the remote island of Ambrim in the Republic of Vanuatu. So that's not actually too far from Hawaii, right? It's south of you quite a bit. There you go. So, all right, I have this video. I will share it here.
Let's see if it's a cone-shaped mountain emitting lava, folks.
All right. Oh, I gotta share so you can see it, because you're gonna want to see it. There we go. And playing. That looks like liquidy.
Yeah, that's lava. Where's the
cone-shaped mountain? It's inside of it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's inside the peak there.
Where's the video of the cone-shaped mountain? I see flat level surface and I see a hole. That's called a lava river or a lava bed. Where's the cone-shaped mountain?
Hold on. He's sending in a
flat surface, just
he's
like
sending in a drone. Oh, that is a. Whew.
Now there's mountains surrounding them. I want to see that right there is a cone-shaped mountain.
So, it's a crater. So, all right.
Like, for example, if you go to the Grand Canyon and you see water pouring through it, that's not a cone-shaped mountain. That's a canyon with, so you'd want to see a cone. That's the opposite of a cone-shaped mountain. That's obviously a canyon. And as you know, lava is extremely hot. So as it flows, it's taking apart the earth that's on the surface, and it creates its own holes because of its tremendous heat and weight and pressure. So I want to see cone-shaped. Hopefully this video will show a cone-shaped mountain.
Well, we can look up what this specific mountain looks like, or volcano looks like.
So, for example, this video right here, if it showed this lava, but this lava coming out of a cone-shaped mountain, then there you go. But what you're seeing is flat surface, and then you're seeing a crater with, see how they're on top of something right now, they're walking, and then down underneath, that's the opposite of a cone-shaped mountain, that's a crater. So nice video of lava. I agree with this video, lava's real, but I want to see lava coming out of a cone-shaped mountain.
He has a point.
But thank you for sharing the video, whoever shared it.
He has a point.
You notice on the bottom, they're showing a cone-shaped mountain with lava coming out of it. But what you're seeing in reality isn't a cone-shaped mountain with lava coming out of it. You're seeing a guy in a suit so he can kind of get closer to it. It's actually an unnecessary suit because that lava is so far away from him that he's not going to burn to anything. You'd have to be about 20 to 30 feet from it for it to start to affect you. That's just kind of like a
the heat might be trapped inside that kind of area. Anyway, let's see. So some other people had some questions. So yeah, that was interesting. Let me see. That is the Maroon Crater.
While you're looking for the other videos that people shared, can you just show a real quick video of Mount St. Helens for the people that are watching now or later? They can see that all there is coming out of it is ash. But when you initially ask somebody what about Mount St. Helens, they ensure lava coming out of it as well. But actually, zero lava. It's all ash.
Well, all right. Here is a. This is Mount. Let's see, Ambrin Island in Vanuatu, and here is the mountain. I'll send it to everybody here. Send it to you. There it is. Is that cone shaped?
Yeah, that looks cone shaped.
It's cone shaped. Yep, that looks cone shaped to me.
So that is the mount. That is the zoomed out view of the mountain that we just saw. Lava. Magma.
What? That didn't look at the same place at all from the video.
Magma. Well,
Yeah.
it was at the peak.
So all you have to do is show a video of a cone-shaped mountain having lava come out of it, and people say, "Oh no, that's what you just saw." Okay, show me the video, please. Because why wouldn't they? I don't see any lava coming out of the center of this at any point. Cone-shaped mountain. Yeah, that is an island. What that is right there is an island.
The camera, and they could have but if it really did, they could have had a helicopter with a camera flying over, and they could have seen it. Right,
exactly, and that's exactly what they
did. Believe it or not, in reality, Joey, these people were not. They were not there to debunk your claims.
Well, I mean, I can't just have someone show me lava and then be like, "Does that look like Cone-shaped mountain?" Well, then this lava was supposedly coming out of there, and it was actually dripping from the top. Just to make it easy for myself and for those who disagree, just show me a video of it. That's all I need. Because if it's true, then somebody would have videoed it.
Show me the magma.
Right?
Well, it does appear to be a non-livable island. So there's that.
That last video, that looked like there's a lot of flat, but it didn't look like there was much of a mountain. I don't know. It seemed.
Well, can you show Mount St. Helens?
They're the peak. All right, yeah. Hold on.
There it is. Okay, look at that.
Somebody sent me this one here, so this is
what Mount? This is the same one you just showed. It looks like.
Yeah, this is Krakatoa.
Yeah. How long is this video? Is this video going to be not looped, and is it going to be longer than a minute?
6 minutes.
Okay, great. As long as it's not looped.
But
it's great.
Oh yeah, it's the same kind of as.
And that's why people get this illusion in there. Or you melt nickel, or you melt iron, or you melt any element. It's liquid solid.
So something that could be liquid, that could be solid as well.
No, that means as soon as it cools down, it turns right back into a solid.
So water would be a liquid solid.
Tremendous heat, it becomes liquid. It's been melted.
Water could be ice, so water is also liquid solid.
You like gold, for example. Gold, you can melt it and reform it into any shape you want. Once it cools down, it becomes a solid again. But because it was so hot, it was liquid. So that's a liquid solid at that point.
That's how all these things work.
Sure. So whatever you want at that point, but water's not a liquid solid though.
What? It does the same thing as what you just described. When it gets hotter, it turns to liquid, and then
but when water cools off, it doesn't turn into something solid.
When it goes to ice, it does. It freezes.
Yeah, I have it right here.
Will turn hard when you freeze it. It's not just water. If you freeze anything, it'll turn solid.
Now I'm confused.
That's okay.
All right.
Good question, John.
Oh my gosh. I don't know what. Oh, Joey. All right. This is from Chile. Esteban Ilbaca, who lives in the vicinity here, sent this one. You can see this is burping out, bubbling out liquidy metal, or not metal, liquidy rocks, melty rocks.
No, that looks like lava to me. I just need to see the cone-shaped mountain.
Yeah, we want to see it.
Yeah. And that's why the disclaimer: show me a video of a cone-shaped mountain erupting lava for longer than like 30 or 45 seconds, because some people are misguided into thinking these hot rocks that are extremely hot temperature in the contrast of the night sky and the coolness and their heat, they mistake that as lava. So that's why I put the whole thing in my intro. That way anybody can prove me wrong. And to this date, I've been doing this for years, and no one has been able to disprove me. So either I've got a really sneaky little trick that I'm doing on people, or hey guys, just maybe I'm right about something. It's okay. It's no big deal. It's not like it's the end of the world. It doesn't really mean much.
Can I ask you a question,
it's
Joey?
true.
Joey, will this change my life if I jump on board and I start believing this? Will this change my life? Because I'm looking for a new path, and I might go down.
No, not whatsoever. I mean, I seriously doubt it. Hasn't changed my life, and it hasn't changed anybody's life I've known.
Because it's pretty interesting.
So I doubt it.
I'm on board with it. I think you're right.
Not that important. It's not that important. Just like if I prove to you that cricket doesn't make the song that we hear from its legs rubbing together, but its wings. Oh, okay, cool. Nice to know. It's no big deal.
All right, here's St. Helens, Mount St. Helens.
Oh, this is pretty cool. Show me the mountain.
Show me the magma.
So yeah, this is Mount St. Helens. No lava on this one, right?
Smoke and mirrors.
Less mirrors, more smoke.
No mirror. You smoke. All smoke, baby. Let's go.
All right.
This looks like CGI.
That is CGI.
Okay.
Even in the CGI, there's no lava.
All right, yeah. So Mount St. Helens didn't have it was just this thing here. That's Mount St. Helens.
Yep, that's ash.
Yeah.
Because it's a sulfur vent. Just like Yellowstone, there's different sized sulfur vents. There's some that are in the ground. There's some that have little mounds. Even fissures. When you see these things called fissures that kind of look like cone-shaped mountains with lava coming from it.
All right.
Well, those are like about 8 to 10 feet high, and they're.
Here is Mount Etna, which we determined earlier was a cone shape.
That's lava, I think. It looks like lava flowing down it. Maybe
we'll see. It's during the day.
Talking about.
During the day, I'm seeing some reddish stuff down there, kind of flowing.
So how come the smoke is red?
Cool.
It's because the sun behind it. Like the clouds. Sometimes they look a little bit whatever color. Doesn't look like anything lava in the videos that you showed us.
It looks like lava to me right there going down that.
That looks like red clouds of sulfur.
Yeah, but going down the mountain?
Lava doesn't float in the air. It's too heavy.
On the mountain, though. Look at the mountain. Look down the mountain, right down the middle.
Freeze frame it when you show me the lava coming out of the mountain.
Let's go down. Let's go back to him. Rewind.
Hold on, I'm busy.
Oh, he's busy.
Oh my, so many links. Here we go. Geist View. It's in Twitter.
Look, see what there. See, look, they're going right down.
Yeah.
Okay, well, remember that's a sun that's behind it, right? We can all agree that's a sun, right?
Well, yeah, the sun is making the reddish on the.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
So where's the lava dripping down?
We're kind of right there.
Yeah. Right.
Right there.
I'll get back to it.
Is that lava in the clouds too?
Right there. No, down at the bottom there.
But
no, I see. I see what you're pointing to. Now let's see it flowing. Or is it staying with the ash because the sun's doing that?
No.
Go ahead and show it now. Continue showing it. See, the clouds are red. That's not lava. That's. I want to see it flowing.
There. Look at that. During the day.
That's it. There
right
it is.
there.
You can't deny that. That's undeniable.
Boom.
That's undeniable.
Right there. What's that, Joey?
You're showing me the smoke, and then it looks like there could be lava right there. Show it from a distance. Does it have the see? Because what I have to do is these videos are edited. Obviously, they're edited. So I need to see the cone-shaped mountain with the lava coming out of it. Right now, we're having a close-up. What are we looking at on the close-up?
That's lava coming out of it there.
You see that red stuff above it? Is that red stuff? Is that lava coming out, or is that the
I don't know. I'm looking at the stuff that's flowing down the side.
Yeah, it's lava. Magma.
But I see a house. Is that a house roof right there?
Yeah, they're sitting on top of the house.
The roof of a house right there?
Yeah.
So they're right next to it?
No, they're far away.
That pretty much destroys his whole hypothesis. Hypotheses.
Good job.
That destroys it right there, Joey. You're finished.
That's
no.
That's
See,
ex magma.
So what I'm trying to explain to you, John. I'm trying to explain to you.
Former magma. flowing down.
That's a cone-shaped mountain with magma flowing.
What I'm trying to explain to you is the distant shot that they showed us
Right.
of the island.
That shot is.
John,
Look at
John,
that.
John, hang on a second. Okay, so the shot that we saw previously is of a cone-shaped island, right? We all agree on that, right?
Yes.
But do we see from a distance the lava coming out of the cone-shaped mountain? No, we don't.
Now.
What we see right there is somebody's roof.
What's this one?
That's that right there. I see it.
It looks like anime.
No.
Oh, the mountain on top.
Yeah.
Okay, so now show the video. Now show the video playing.
That's
show the video playing.
That's Mount Etna. Yeah.
Okay, now I want to see the lava rolling down the mountain. So go ahead.
Right there. I see it.
All right. I'll go back right here. There it is.
John, that's sulfur.
Flowing down the mountain.
There's where it looks like it.
Right there.
Right there is where it looks like it. Okay,
Yep.
Now we have a close-up of something that looks just like lava, in my opinion and everybody else's opinion. Now show where, because you have to understand this video is edited. It's not just a continuous video, right? So you can't just be like, oh, I saw lava, and it's on island that's cone-shaped. Therefore, the cone-shaped mountain is emitting lava out of it, because I can show you a mountain on the big island that's covered in ice, and then show you lava, and you, oh, isn't there a big mountain on the island? I want to see it coming from the cone-shaped mountain.
Okay,
so lava, the way lava works, it doesn't just come from one source. Like anywhere you go where there's lava flow, there's several areas where it spouts out from. There's several areas.
All right, so Joey, this is lava. This is what used to be magma coming down the side, or that's on the side of that mountain, right? That's Mount Etna, E-T-N-A.
Okay, go ahead and roll the video now so we can watch it.
And then they're gonna show that those kids playing soccer.
So there's multiple angles, multiple shots, multiple.
So there is the same volcano. Same day, February 21, this year, and you can see that line going down diagonal there. That's the same lava flow.
But what I need to see is we're all paying attention to what we're looking at now. Now go ahead and continue pressing play so we can see the lava flowing down the mountain.
How fast do you think lava flows, Joey?
It doesn't matter. It can flow slowly or it can flow quickly, but I want to see it flowing. Because you're seeing red right now, and you're going to say, oh, that's lava. Okay, great. I also see red in the sky.
Well, there's two different reds. Oh, there it is. I can see it there, buddy.
You think that that's lava flowing straight up, staying straight up in the air?
And there it is. And we can see again. Down? So this is back to this one here. We can see. Okay,
but do you see the red in the clouds that looks the exact same color as the red right there?
Yeah. Are you saying that the sun is selectively lighting up the mountain, but not the?
No. What I'm asking you guys and the audience is that also the same color red that we see on the right bottom of the smoke? Is that also lava being shot up in the air? If so, watch the video, play it for a little bit. It stays there. Lava is going to fall back down. That's staying there. That red color. How long
are you going to keep moving the goalpost?
Welcome, Geistview. We've got Geistview in the house here.
Hi, Toon.
Hey. We'll get there.
Hi, Jack.
Keep moving the what? The goalpost.
Goalpost.
What's that mean?
It means whenever he asks us a question, whenever he asks for a certain thing and we show it, and then he'll change what he's asking for. He doesn't even know anything about Mount St. Helens.
Who? Me?
You.
I don't know anything about it. Okay, so why do you think that? What's your point?
What color is sulfur?
Well, before we get into that, why is it you don't think I know?
Answer the question.
I will, but you just said I don't know anything about Mount St. Helens. What makes you think that? And
because I just heard everything you talked about it. You don't understand anything about Mount St. Helens. You're talking about lava at Mount St. Helens and blah 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 blah. What caused Mount St. Helens? No, do you think that Mount St. Helens had lava flowing from it? Nope. Good job. Most people think that it did have lava flowing from it. I don't care what other people think. I'm not other people. Why are you so aggressive? Just relax and talk. It's okay. Because you've been bullshitting this whole time, and it's fun. Brother, hey, McToon, can you have this guy not cursing and being aggressive? I mean, you guys would expect me not to do that. I mean, just because he's on
A friend of yours on your show. I do like to have a show that the kids can watch.
Yeah, can we please not be cursing and being aggressive? Just talk, brother. If what you're saying is important and true, you can talk your way through it. You don't have to be aggressive.
Joey,
we got it.
Don't interrupt me like a child.
All right.
How did Mount St. Helens erupt, Joey?
It didn't erupt. There's no lava coming from it.
Joey, how did Mount St. Helens erupt?
Erupt of lava or ash?
No. I said the mountain erupt.
Yeah, from what, of lava or ash?
I didn't say anything about lava or ash. I said, how did the mountain erupt?
It didn't erupt. It had an explosion of sulfur coming out of it because it's a sulfur vent.
It's not a sulfur vent. I watched the thing live as a kid.
And did you see lava coming out of it?
Nope.
Okay, it's a sulfur vent then.
No.
What came out of it? What came out of Mount St. Helens?
Joey, what color is sulfur?
I don't know. It kind of looks grayish and cloudyish and whitish. But what came out of Mount St. Helens?
Joey, sulfur is yellow. You don't know this? So Joey, again, how did Mount St. Helens erupt?
It did not erupt. It's a sulfur vent, was what I'm trying to tell you.
No, it's not a sulfur vent. Did it spew anything yellow? Did yellow gas, yellow material come spewing out of it? Because that is the color of sulfur.
Here's the way it works. Underneath the earth, there's underground lava tubes that have lava coursing through them. The lava tubes course through the earth like veins in our body. They're all over the place. So there's places where it releases the gases created from this hot lava, and it comes onto the surface, like Yellowstone, et cetera, et cetera.
No, Yellowstone is not. You just talked about veins and stuff. That's not how Yellowstone is. But let's go back. We're going back.
I didn't say Yellowstone was like that. I said that in the earth, there's lava tubes coursing through the earth.
Okay, there's lava tubes, but how? But you're getting off topic here. How did Mount St. Helens erupt?
I'm not getting off topic. I'm explaining something.
What is the cause of how Mount St. Helens erupted?
It's a release of the smoke and gases from the lava underneath the earth.
That's not what I asked, Joe. I said, how did it happen?
That is how.
What was the initiator?
It releases.
What was the initiator? What was the initiator?
The lava that flows underneath the earth, just like all sulfur vents.
Nope. That was not it. What was the cause of how Mount St. Helens erupted? What was the initiator?
I already explained to you, but what do you think it is?
Joey, once again, what was the initiator of the Mount St. Helens eruption? It has nothing to do about lava. It has nothing to do about, because lava is what comes on top of the earth. Magma is what is under. Joey, magma is what is below.
I know. I understand that. I understand that. It's called lava when it's exposed to the elements of.
So stop calling lava. Quit saying lava tubes underneath the earth, because that's no such thing. Those were There are lava tubes. Hey, McToon, can you do me a favor? Hold on. McToon, can you do me a favor? Can you see if what I'm saying is correct? Are they called lava tubes or are they called magma tubes? Can you please? Because I just want to make sure the audience knows that I actually know what I'm talking about. He's saying that they're not called lava tubes, and they actually are. Magma tubes are those things that are on the surface that are all dried out and look like tunnels.
But
those are lava tubes. Can you do me a favor? Because
obviously it's just two people with different opinions. Can you see if one of us is right?
I don't think it matters. The semantics of it probably doesn't matter, but I'll look it up.
But it's important to him, so I want to show him that
Joey,
it's actually called lava tubes.
Joey, you keep distracting
from the question. To it correctly. I'm referring to it.
You keep distracting from the direct question. What was the initiator of how the Mount St. Helens erupted?
But anyways, guys, I'll explain that to you. Look it up for yourselves, guys. It is not called magma tubes. They never refer to it as magma tubes.
So I will say that when I Google magma tube, it sends me to the lava tube results.
Exactly. So obviously, you guys, you can see that if you fact check both of us again, you'll find out that I'm correct, and the guest that's joined on today. Have you ever seen an active lava flow, my friend?
Yes, I have.
Where?
St. Augustine in Alaska when I was growing up.
Oh, cool. Do you have any pictures?
This was in 87, 86, 85, Joey.
I know. I said, do you have any pictures?
Oh, yeah. I got negatives.
Awesome.
But Joey, you're kind of just deflecting here. What was the initiation of the Mount St. Helens eruption?
But I've explained that several times. We can just keep doing this the whole show.
You keep telling me.
You just say it's lava tubes, Joey. That you didn't really.
No, I'm saying it's the heat. It's the heat from the lava tubes that course underneath the earth, releasing itself in different areas. Just like, steam releases itself, and it has to have some place where it releases. And so it releases itself in several different ways here on the surface of the earth.
But that is not what that was not what caused the Mount St. Helens eruption. It was not the initiator.
What do you think that it was?
Well, I know what it is.
Okay, so
I know what science tells us. I know what the measurement.
You also thought they were called magma tubes, and you were incorrect.
Because magma
sometimes we think we're right. Sometimes we think we're right, and we're actually wrong.
Joey.
So what do you think?
Joey, magma is what's below the surface. Lava is above the surface.
Yeah, we know that. Again, they're not called magma tubes, they're lava tubes.
Joey, what was the initiator of the Mount St. Helens eruption?
You know why they're called lava tubes instead of magma tubes?
All right, let's guys, if you just tell us what it was. We're not going to get more out of Joey.
It was an earthquake.
Well, if you were listening earlier, I was explaining to people that earthquakes are caused by the underground lava tubes.
That's not. I didn't ask what was the cause of the earthquake. I said what was the initiator of the Mount St. Helens eruption.
Okay, so what caused the sulfur from the release of the magma underneath the earth to come out was because of the steam from the lava underneath it.
Wrong.
Steam?
Wrong.
Well, Joey, I know you say I'm wrong, but whenever we, the thing is, I know, but hold on a second. Whenever we fact check you, whenever we fact,
Joey,
I know, but hold on, hold on, just 1 second. Hold on 1 second, I'll let you talk. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, I'll let you talk. So I know, but hold on.
Joey.
Hold on 1 second, brother. Hold on 1 second.
We don't need to go back to the fact check. You already did that, Joey.
Whenever you try to explain something and we fact check you, it turns out you're wrong. So I know you say I'm right and I know it, but look, it's 1 Joey, 0 you. So far, you can't just say I'm right, and I can't just say I'm right. Just tell me what you think. I'll tell you what I think.
The score might be a little different.
Joey, what was happening on the northeast face of Mount St. Helens before its eruption?
I know no lava came out of it, and that's what I'm trying to discuss to people.
I didn't ask you anything about what came out of it. I said what was happening to the northeast face of Mount St. Helens before it erupted.
I don't know, brother, but I know no lava came out of it.
Lava didn't come out of it.
Yeah, I know, and that's what I'm trying to say. So thank you. That's what I'm here on the show for.
No, but you don't know how Mount St. Helens even erupted. What was the catalyst for it? What was the beginning of it? So what was happening before on the?
So is Mount St. Helens erupting lava? Is it erupting lava?
No.
Okay, thank you. Great. Okay, can you show me a mountain that does? Can you show me a cone shaped mountain that does erupt lava? Can you do that?
Sounds great.
We're talking about Mount St. Helens right now.
We're talking about.
I'm talking to you about Mount St. Helens and your lack of knowledge about it.
Okay, but we've already fact checked you and you've been losing. So I understand you have an opinion. I have an opinion. Probably everybody in the audience has an opinion.
Hey, audience, what we're doing this, look, audience,
we're one Joey, 0 you.
What was happening to the northeast face of Mount St. Helens before it erupted? Let's see if Joey knows.
He was having a dance party.
Yeah, maybe it was having a dance party, but I know no lava came out of the tip of the Mount St. Helens.
Joey, we're watching.
Not all volcanoes need to have lava.
Yeah, we're watching right now, Joey. We're watching this one here. This is what's coming out of there.
Let's see.
They're moving. All right, here we go. What is that stuff coming out?
I see dark sky and I see what looks like
really shaky
smoke because it's not falling.
That's smoke.
It's staying there.
That's smoke.
That stuff falling to the ground is what?
Where is it falling? Let me see. Roll the video.
Is rolling.
He's rolling it, Joey.
I see stuff falling. I see little trickles.
Yeah.
And those are you probably weren't paying attention earlier. I know you think that they're called magma tubes, but what I was explaining earlier to the audience is that show a video clip longer than 30 to 45 seconds.
Joey, did I say that?
Hold on a second, brother. I'm almost done, brother. Hold on.
No,
show me a video clip. Brother, hold on 1 second. I'm trying to answer.
Was a sulfur vent.
Hold on a second, brother. I'm trying to explain.
Sulfur vent.
Come on, we can't have two people talking. We can't have two people talking.
When you asked me on the show, you said, Joey, can you behave? Can you be good?
Yeah.
I mean,
all right,
John's
Joey,
a perfect
you're talking.
gentleman.
Take your chance to talk and make your point.
Yeah, I know. John's a perfect gentleman. You're a perfect gentleman. I've been a perfect gentleman.
Joey, get to the
Just asking you as the host of the show,
can we not talk over each other? Can we not use curse words? Can we not accuse each other of being this or that? Can we just discuss things and tell us our opinions, Joey, and we'll let the audience decide?
Just make your point.
That's my point. I'm just asking if you can please ask whoever this guest that doesn't want to show his face name is. Please.
Joey.
I didn't say you had to. I just said this guest is not showing his face.
Joey.
The audience can talk about it.
Joey, what is this stuff flying out right now? What is this? What do you call this?
I don't know. Are we showing something from a distance where I can see a cone-shaped mountain?
This. All right.
See what I was talking about? This is what I mean, people, by the moving goalpost.
All right. This is.
McToon, I would ask you please again to verbally ask your guest to join us.
This is the mountain right here.
Can you do me a favor? McToon, can you do me a favor? Can you verbally ask the guest that's joining us just to be respectful as you ask me to be respectful when I came on the show?
Yeah, let's
because just like I was telling you with the moderators,
it
can't be one-sided to where he gets to curse and accuse and all this different stuff.
All right,
and talk
Joey,
he's saying these words like "shut up."
Get to your point.
I mean, I'm feeling disrespected on your show,
Joey. You spent more time.
If either he be respectful or you ask him to please leave the show, one of the two.
All right, Joey. Right here.
Can you please, for me, McToon, as a favor? I mean, because honestly, brother, if somebody who agreed with me came on the show and started calling people names and talking over them and yelling and being aggressive, wouldn't you ask them to please stop it?
I'll do it for you right now. Geistview, come on. Can you just be a little less sweary?
All right.
Yeah, please, brother. That's all I'm asking.
Swearing. All right.
I mean, what's going on here?
Right.
If you disagree with me and you think I'm wrong, please, don't use vulgarity. Don't be talking over me. Don't get aggressive. Just talk.
Joey.
If you know what you're talking about,
Joey.
I'm not mocking you, brother.
Joey.
You actually are doing that.
Joey, please stop.
Joey 1, Geistview 0.
What do you mean, Joey? Please stop.
Let me talk. My show. Let me talk. Okay.
Okay.
You've spent 10 minutes asking me to ask Geistview to do something and not giving me a chance to do that. Okay. So this is me doing what I want to do on my show. After this, you don't need to bring it up again. I'll continue to run my show how I want to do it. Let's not talk over each other. Okay. I want to drive this conversation, please. Okay. So Geistview, John, Joey, one at a time, please. Okay. Joey, what kind of mountain is this?
It's a cone-shaped mountain with snow on top of it.
All right. Here is a video of that very same mountain.
Okay, that's nice to say that. Now, can I see that same mountain that you just said? Can I see it from a distance with this coming out of it, please?
Here is that very same mountain.
Okay, let's see it.
Okay, right there. That's the mountain we're looking at.
Okay, right? Great.
Via Rica, I think, and I would probably properly roll the R's because there's two of them in a row.
Is this right before it happened or something like that, or is that just a picture of it?
This is the Wikipedia picture for Mount Villa Rica. Okay.
Okay.
Here is a video of the eruption from 2015 of Mount Villa Rica.
Okay, now if that's an eruption from 2015 of the eruption from that same cone-shaped mountain that you showed us from Wikipedia, can I please see that from a distance that's at least great enough to show that it's coming from that same cone-shaped mountain?
This is the video we have. If you're saying that you don't believe that this is coming from the mountain, then I mean I can send you the video and you can maybe investigate to see if they were somebody faking it somehow.
I'm simply saying the same thing that I stated in my comment in the very beginning of this video. Is please show me a video of lava coming out of a cone-shaped mountain, not a video of
that's what this is. This mountain is Mount Villa Rica. This is
I don't see a mountain, McToon.
That's the mountain.
No, I know
this mountain,
but that's a different picture. That's a different picture. Okay, now show me a video of that same mountain,
Joey,
where lava is coming out of it.
Joey, don't move the goalposts here. All right, this is the mountain that we were just looking at. This one.
Sure, I see. That's a picture of that mountain on Wikipedia.
Okay. And here it is.
Where's the cone-shaped mountain? I'm not seeing any cone-shaped mountain here.
You're seeing lava coming out of it.
All right. Here is the cone-shaped mountain.
Yeah, a different picture from
Here's
Wikipedia.
the cone-shaped mountain, right?
Same
and here
mountain.
is lava coming out of it. Don't move the goalposts. This is the same mountain.
What I'm asking
unless you think that Pamela Linko Tura with 454 subscribers has chosen to show a different volcano and label it as Villarrica.
No, I'm not saying she's telling the truth or she's lying. I'm saying I want to see a video, as I explained in the very beginning, of a cone-shaped mountain with lava coming out of it. That's all I'm saying.
That's what this is. This is that cone-shaped mountain with lava coming out of it.
So why am I not able to see a cone-shaped mountain? Why do I just see?
You are seeing a cone-shaped mountain with lava coming out of it.
It's just zoomed in, Joey. It's not that hard.
Now, let me explain something in this video real quickly for you. First of all, we don't see, I know it's zoomed in, right? But it's nighttime. Obviously, that's why you're seeing that contrast. You see that red stuff in the air? Are we to believe that that is not the kind of a dark red, but the kind of stuff that looks more like fire? Are we to believe that that's just floating in the air and not falling back down?
No.
Well, because
stuff that's what we're seeing. We're seeing it stay up there in the air and still go. That's sulfur, and it's nighttime. So heat,
sulfur is
darkness, and heat at nighttime is going to show us that red color. That's what you're going to get with
sulfur is yellow, Joey.
Okay, great. We're seeing yellow, right? Okay,
no,
so
you're seeing red. So great.
Well, you see red, but I see red and yellow, and I'm sure the audience sees the same thing. So we're not seeing it fall. We're seeing it rise and continue.
Joey,
there's
Joey,
a lot.
You said that it's sulfur.
The ground there.
Joey, you said that it's sulfur being flung up in the air. Now you're changing the argument again.
No, I'm not changing any argument. I'm telling you that the stuff that we're seeing coming out of that mountain seems to appear to be floating, and that's not what any liquid does, especially not an extremely heavy substance that's known as lava.
Joey, who said that stuff that's floating in the air isn't gas and carbon dioxide and all the other crap that's out there?
Well, whatever it is, it's not falling back down.
But, well, there is a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff falling down.
Red things falling back down.
Yeah.
All that
where?
Pumice. Especially all that pumice.
Where?
There's stuff falling down. But what is? I mean, maybe your phone is too small, but
no, my phone's not too small. I see little trickles of rocks that are rolling down. Now, how long is this video so we can watch it for hopefully at least
9 minutes?
Okay, great.
And
so show it to where it starts at its inception.
And the moving goalpost moves a little bit more.
McToon.
Yeah. What?
If I continuously tell the guest that it's not showing his face on here, that he's continuously lying or fibbing, I'm talking to McToon. Would that be okay with you, McToon?
No, Joey, you are moving the goalposts. I'm with Guys View.
So
you're changing the rules.
Can I continuously accuse you guys of that?
What's my face have to do about
until this guest joined? I wasn't being disrespected. It's okay if you agree or disagree, but I don't know why you had me on here and set rules that I agree upon, that I think everybody should agree upon. And this guy is obviously being an agitator for whatever reason.
Well,
there's no need to be that way.
I think he's upset because you're changing the rules. Like you ask for something.
So McToon,
and then
if
deny
you're upset with somebody when you're debating flat Earth, or they're upset with you, is it okay that they use vulgarity, talk over you, and so on and so forth?
Well, they do all the time.
The rules are that you be respectful, you be cordial, and you explain your point, and that's how we do it, right? Isn't that what your goal is for your show?
Yeah.
Joey, how long are you going to keep talking and not saying anything?
Yeah, Joey, I already asked you.
Who's the one saying that? Is it that
Joey,
same guest?
Joey, I'm gonna run it. Okay, so don't just continuously change the subject from discussing the volcano to discucing how you think I should run my show. Okay, so I will run my show the way I want to run my show. Please just stay on topic.
If I'm disrespectful and I curse,
no.
Like McToon, if I started cursing on your show and being aggressive,
not cursing.
Would you ask me to please kindly stop?
But he's not cursing.
Rewind the tape.
He said it one time. One time.
He called me stupid.
And then he apologized.
Did you apologize?
Yep. For the one time that I cursed.
Okay, great. So quit being aggressive as well, brother. You need to just, regardless of whether you agree with somebody in
all right, Joey,
in your normal life or not.
Stop.
Here's what kids do whenever they
talking about it.
If you don't listen to them, they start pounding their fists and calling you names and cursing at you. That's just normal. So even if you are right, let's just say you're right. You're not able to get your point across because you sound like somebody who just gets offended easily, who To make a point is whoever gets angrier is righter.
Joey, what's the stuff falling down onto the ground here? What do you call that?
So remember, we're just looking at the stuff falling, right?
Yeah, the stuff that's hitting the stuff that's hitting the ground. What is that stuff hitting the ground? What do you call that?
Well, it's obviously that's not from this video. Maybe there's other video, but from this video, that appears to be the majority of everything that's going up isn't coming back down.
I don't care what's going up. I care what's coming down.
I know. Hold on. And the little tiny amount that's trickling down, as you can see, it's not flowing. It's just a little. That is the red, hot, coal-like rocks that are trickling because it's tremendous heat.
That's called pumice, Joey.
Is it called magma or lava?
It's called pumice.
It's not. So it's not lava.
Hey, just out of curiosity, anybody in the chat, go ahead and look up what lava tube means. I bet you'll show you pictures of empty tubes.
Yeah, they're empty.
Where lava flowed at one time on the surface.
Yeah, none of the lava tubes.
Dormant lava tubes. Those are called dormant lava tubes. You see, that's 2 to Joey and 0 to you. They're called dormant lava tubes.
You notice how Joey?
If there's active,
does anybody know?
Hold on a second. If there's active magma,
does anybody else notice that Joey talks about being disrespectful and then he runs around trying to do this?
Nicktoon said to take turns.
Thing. Just remember that Joey thinks that Mount St. Helens was a sulfur vent, and he doesn't understand what was the cause of what.
Can you have this guy please stop talking over me?
You stop talking over me, Joey.
Oh, okay, go, do your turn and then I'll do mine. Go ahead. Go ahead. You go first.
Stay on topic. Address what's on the screen, maybe.
Okay,
so I'm letting him go first, and then I'll go second.
Joey, is that lava coming out of the top or magma?
Neither one. Those are hot rocks. And to further, hold on a second. Yeah. And to further go into it,
I literally asked one thing, and then he goes into a monologue.
Can you please stop talking over me? That's why I said you go first, and I'll go second.
I'm not done.
You let him go again. Go again, and
he wasn't.
Talk. When you're done, let me talk. So go ahead. Finish up what you got to say, even if you disagree, brother. Try not to interrupt.
Stop calling me brother. I'm not your brother.
You go first, and I go second. Go ahead. You go first. And then I'll let you talk. And when it's my turn, just let me finish. And then if you disagree with me, hold your breath for a second. And when I'm finished, then tell me how you disagree. That's a civilized conversation. So go ahead. You go first.
Joey, you'll go into a 5-minute monologue. Joey,
okay, go ahead.
Joey, what's that? How big are those? You said there's very little stuff coming out the top of that mountain. How big are those little, as you say, rocks coming out? How big are they?
Let me know when you're completely finished, so I can.
Yeah, don't ask a question. Just go. Right. The exchange isn't happening.
Okay, so I can talk without being interrupted, correct?
That's Geist View is talking.
Depends how long you want to do it.
It's Geist View. Go, Geist.
No, I'm asking you. Can if it's 4 minutes, can I or less? Can I talk without being interrupted? How about 3 minutes or 2.5 minutes?
Geist View's talking.
No.
Well, now he's done.
Go, Geist View. Go. Don't ask him a question. Just talk.
Joey, you don't know anything about what's going on with that. You talk about sulfur vents, and there's nothing remotely coming out of that. If it's sulfur gas, but sulfur is the color yellow. So why would it be coming red? And then we brought out the red, then you started, it was brought up about sulfur, then you say, well, now it's red and a little bit of yellow in there. So you keep moving this goalpost whenever somebody says something. You don't understand. You're being shown a coned volcano erupting with lava coming out of it, magma coming up out of it, then spewing out lava because now it's in a flow. And you're saying now you move the goalpost. Now you want to see like the whole mountain from 30 miles away with a non-telephoto lens and blah blah blah. It's just nothing but a moving goalpost for you. But we can talk. See he erupts. Okay, go ahead. Since he interrupted.
My turn, or are you still going?
Go ahead, Joey.
No, you interrupted. So go ahead.
Joey. So it's cool if I talk and you're not going to interrupt, or are you going to interrupt when I talk?
Well, you interrupted me when I
said go, Joey.
I'm asking you a question. Are you
going
to talk, or
go, Joey?
Otherwise, the audience is never going to hear what I'm saying.
Joey, it's your turn to talk. Go, Joey.
Okay. So, or maybe Nicktoon, you can mute our mics while the other's talking. How about
your turn to talk, Joey? Just go.
Okay, but I'm just saying as a suggestion. Okay, so first of all, The gentleman who's not showing his face on here, I don't know what his name is.
Who cares, Joey?
Brother, quit interrupting. I'm trying to talk.
Faces and stuff.
Okay, I'm explaining who you are, just like when I say John. Or
Joey, we're not talking about me. We're talking about the picture.
Geist View. Call him Geist View.
Can you mute his mic or something, brother, please?
Just call him Geist View.
Just mute us when the other's talking.
Go.
Give us like 3 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so ready? Here we go. So whoever it was that was talking, that I'm talking to right now, was explaining that lava tubes, what they are empty tubes that have no magma running through.
Hold on. I thought we were talking
Brother, hold on a second. I'm trying to explain something.
Geist, let him go.
Please
let him go, Geist. Let him go, Geist.
Please mute his mic. My goodness, McToon, please mute the guy's mic.
I was told we were talking about what was on the screen.
Okay, good. I'm glad. About
lava tubes.
Now, mute his mic, please, McToon. Please mute his mic. Okay, so when he was explaining earlier that lava tubes are empty, there's nothing inside of them, and that's what lava tubes are. That's another thing that's incorrect. What lava tubes are lava flowing through these tubes. When it doesn't have lava flowing through, it's called a dormant lava tube. So first of all, I just wanted to make sure of that point. So you guys can fact check that and see Joey 2-0 to the guy that we can't see. And then also what he's asking me is what I'm seeing in the video. And so I'm explaining what we're seeing in the video is not lava flowing down, but because of nighttime contrast and the heat, we're seeing the rocks from the initial explosion crumbling down the mountain. The end.
All right. So but Joey, the videos did look like there was, liquidy stuff hitting the ground there and then flowing. But I don't think that really matters. The audience saw a lot of lava hitting the ground and flowing around, so
yeah.
Okay. Geist, you're
Boy, that guest sure was something else. My goodness. Is he a friend of yours?
His name is Geist View.
Is he a friend of yours? Does he come on here regularly, or just somebody who just wanted to jump on?
He's still here.
I'm still here, buddy.
I know. I'm asking McToon a question.
Oh, sorry. What was the question?
Is he a friend of yours, or is he somebody that just decided to come on?
Oh, he's a friend. Yeah.
Like to come on here regularly, or
yeah.
The gentleman who we've been kind of talking over each other. Is he a normal guest on? Is he a friend of yours?
He's been on. I think he's been on more than you, Joey.
Okay.
Sure. Has he been on more than me right now, or what? Have a cigarette if you're nervous. Have a cigarette if you're nervous.
John,
okay, don't show your face. Don't show your face if you're nervous.
John, what's it called when liquid rock is under the ground?
Magma. But according to Joey, it's called hot rocks.
No, it's called magma.
Oh.
Silicon and oxygen.
Listen, I think
others.
I think that.
Uh-oh.
And you should have a hand-to-hand pillow fight.
We got John. John, that was
crush that dude.
A pillow fight.
Pillow fight. I
would absolutely destroy him.
Nope, not in a pillow fight.
Joey, you had no idea what I do.
With a pillow fight.
I would destroy the guy. I'm a drywaller. I do drywalling for a living. And I'm very athletic and stuff. Joey, it wouldn't be a contest, but Joey, I'm not a violin guy.
Joey, I do big wall mountain climbing. What do you do? Hang sheetrock?
Yeah.
Well, hey, Joey,
you try and do my job. You try and do my job. Let's see how long it lasts.
What do you do?
Joey, how many times have you climbed El Capitan?
Huh?
How many times have you climbed El Capitan?
I sleep with my socks on. What do you do, Joey?
How many times did I climbed?
El Capitan.
How many times did I climb?
How many times have you climbed? How many times have you climbed El Capitan?
I've never climbed El Capitan.
Okay.
How many times have you hiked Diamond Head? How many times have you hiked Diamond Head?
Joey.
How many times have you hiked Diamond Head?
All right.
How many times have you hiked Diamond Head?
All right.
6.
Joey, how long can you hang from a knuckleboard?
All right, you know what?
How long can you hold your breath?
Right.
How long can you hold your breath?
All right, two of you stop.
How many times can you poop in one day?
John,
how many poops can you have in one day?
Good question. You two, stop it. I muted both of you because all you're doing is just arguing with each other. I don't care for that argument with each other. I don't, either of you, right? So, all right. I do have some super chats though that I'm going to read.
Let's get to it.
Oh my gosh. Sorry.
We got a new guest. Look, there's a new guest.
Oh, don't. Your daughter's so cute, but I don't want her on.
These guys are ready to fight each other too.
I know. All right.
No
All right. Cretan Bull says Joey and John definitely need their own show, which would be funny. Joey and John's show.
Not together though. Not together.
Yeah.
So Joey together.
Oh Esteban Ilabaca, who lives in Chile, we watched some of the video of that mountain, or that volcano going, says, my current home has a river that's made after lava went to the lake. Volcanoes are real. I can see two pointy ones from here. So we know that. All right. I want to make sure you guys can. All right. I had it off. You can unmute yourself, but all right, please just wait until you get a question or something or what, right? Hugh Jar says, keep seeking the truth, Joey. You'll get there. There you go. That was a while ago. So, Dai Brunovsky says, search volcano on YouTube and filter over 20 minutes. Yeah, I think, and we got a lot of links from that. So, that I've shown already. Guys, Microraptor says, doesn't Joey live in Hawaii, or was that someone else? Those islands are made from volcanic eruptions. They are. And he covered that he's making a distinction between the cone-shaped mountain or volcano that's spewing lava versus the not so cone-shaped one, which is apparently what Hawaii is. So, Stringer News 1, if lava makes a cone-shaped mountain and nobody makes a video of it, does that mean the mountain is fake? That's a good question, Joey. You're muted if you want to say something. You have to unmute yourself. No, it's still muted.
What it's called is a fissure. It's a good question. It's called a fissure, and it's what happens when lava spews from the earth, from underground lava tubes, and as it seeps onto the surface of the earth, the air cools it down and it forms rocks.
Does it form a cone though?
Yeah, it forms a cone that's about 8 to 12 feet high. And it's created from the lava cooling off, turning into lava rock, and then continue to pour out. So it looks like a little anthill with a little bit of lava coming out of it, and that's very common. They're called fissures.
But what about that one that we saw? That was the island in Vanuatu. That was a cone-shaped mountain. What forms the cone-shaped volcanoes? What is it if it's not liquid rock coming out of it?
If it's the lava is not forming it in the first place. Nobody's saying that lava has formed that actual mountain.
I'm asking what it is, not what it is not.
Well, I think, I don't know. I'm just guessing here from what I learned in school, but I think supposedly tectonic plates shifted things, and that's why we have mountains. I don't know. That's my guess.
The Rocky Mountains, yes, that's the answer. But for volcanoes, that's not the answer that you learned in school. For volcanoes that are cone-shaped, like the ones that stick out of the ocean, what is it that forms the cone-shaped ones?
Not lava.
I'm not asking what it's not. I'm asking what it is.
I don't know, but it's not lava because I think that's what somebody or you were implying. I'm just guessing here. I don't know what actually made the mountain. Okay. I wasn't there, and I don't know the science of it. But can you tell me?
I think the answer, according to people that study this, is lava, and the video that we saw earlier today. So. All right. King Crew says, y'all go support MC Toon on his OnlyFans. I do not have an OnlyFans. Contrary to King Crew's desires. So, all right. Esteban Ilabaca said type
You did try that one time, right?
I did not know what it was even until a couple weeks ago when people were joking about it. I'm like, what the heck? All right. Yep. That's not what
It's a good idea for making money if you have enough subscribers.
Yep. I'm not doing Esteban Ilabaca again says type Volcan Villarrica Pusan Chile. And that's we watched that video. Thank you. And I'm sorry if I said all that Spanish, if I got my accent poor. I'm not. Not that good. So, all right. We got Curtis Bangert said, look for videos of, oh my goodness, a thing I can't say. Chevskaya Sopka erupting. Oh, so there you go. That's probably another good volcano. I'll look that up here, right, real quick here.
Oh, very pretty.
It's
a paperclip.
How old is she, Joey?
She's 5.
5. Okay.
Say hi, McToon.
Hi, McToon.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah. And she's vaccine free. Born at home.
All right.
There's a lot of
Pressures.
She heard us talking.
All right. Let's see. Is this a? Here's the one that Curtis Bangert was talking about. I'm gonna mute the audio. Yep, more liquidy looking stuff. You can tell it's liquid because it kind of hits the ground and then changes shape. So, all right. I do, yeah, I have Geistview muted, but but he can unmute himself if I, let me make sure. Yeah, they can, you can unmute, but there we go.
Why is she barking?
You don't think you can, John?
Trying to protect us.
I just hit ask to unmute. All right.
I can yeah, we're good now.
We've got Serial 510. Does Joey know what non-Newtonian fluid is?
No.
No?
No.
Some videos on non-Newtonian fluids are fantastic to watch, especially what Mythbusters did with it. They made some ridiculously sized non-Newtonian fluid.
To that same viewer that asked me that question, I have a question for them. Do they know what superfluid helium at 0 degrees Kelvin is?
Yes.
It's not 0, but yeah.
So not you, to the person that asked that question.
Here we go.
I work with
it.
Hey, John, I'm pretty good, yeah?
No, I'm just waiting for you guys to start yelling at each. No, but you guys are about to go at it again. I'm just laughing.
Yeah, I'm good, man. I've been doing this for a long time. I know how to get, I know how to, I know how to work with people who try to roast you. It's like, training wheels for me. Hey, you want to hear something crazy, John? I was almost a corrections officer.
Let's get into it.
Did you when? Just like recent, or was this a while ago, Joey?
Pretty recently.
So you're doing something different for a while. Is that not happening right now?
No, I'm still doing construction.
No, you had told me there was like a time frame where you were not able to come on the show here.
Oh, that's because I was working on a project on another island. Okay. And it's like where we were working at, we were housed. They had us up in like hotels and everything like that. And we were working pretty much nonstop. I could have used my camera, but it was pretty much nonstop. And I had to do a lot of studying and all kinds of stuff. So I basically told my homeboy, Anthony Michael, to let you know that pretty much I wasn't going to be available for a while.
Yeah. But now that's done.
Yeah. I mean, unless another project comes up, I'm the sole provider for my family. So whatever work comes up, I got to jump on board.
Oh yeah. All right. So Glover Mom.
Can I say something here?
Yeah, go ahead, Geist.
Go ahead.
Did you say earlier that lava flows when they come out of the ground, come out looking like little ant hills?
No, I said that there's fissures that look from a distance kind of like basically little ant hills. They're about like, I don't know, anywhere 12, 20 feet high.
Where are all these?
Hold on a second, brother. Let me finish. Hold on a second, brother. My goodness. And what they do is initially there's no fissure or no mound there, but it continues to flow out and the air cools it. It forms its own little mound. So yeah, that's what I said. They're called fissures.
Okay, that's not what a fissure is, but where are the fissures in central Washington?
What?
Where are these little anthill looking fissures in central Washington?
Yeah, I don't know. I just know that lava can create fissures.
Let me my turn to talk, Joey. My turn to talk, Joey. Because the fissures.
Did you raise your hand? You raise your hand?
Stop. Joey, stop.
Joey, stop. What?
Just let Geist use talking.
So this guy can curse me out. No scoldings whatsoever. Joey asked him to raise his hand. Joey.
You just admitted to being a troll, Joey.
Hey, John, can you imagine if this dude that's not showing his face was in prison?
What does his
Come
face
on.
matter?
Joey. Joey.
My goodness, the guy would get smacked around.
Oh,
come on,
shots
Joey.
fired.
Who's got the dog?
Me. You can mute me, McToon, because my dogs bark sometimes. So go ahead and mute me.
Geist, I have a question for you.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for him to tell.
No,
Joey doesn't know.
My question for you, though, is Joey said you wouldn't last a day in prison. Would you last a day in prison?
Is that the topic of discussion right now?
Well, that's my question for you. I'm just wondering, would
He doesn't
you
know how to answer questions, brother. John, good luck. Good luck,
Joey,
John.
Joey. Don't interrupt, Joey. John asked a question.
You will not get an answer.
Hey, I'm just wondering.
Yeah, I think this is a great question.
Guys, could you last a day in prison?
Yep.
Okay, there you go.
Yep.
There you go. Sounds
good.
good. All right, Joey, Geistview had a question.
He's not done. He's not done.
And not come out less of a man. You forgot about that, John, and not come out less of a man.
Anybody else notice that Joey is being disrespectful? The same thing he told me not to do.
I did notice that.
That the guy that's not showing his face is continuously crybabying out to the audience to plead for. There's no way you'd last in prison. If you were in prison and you're like, anybody notice that picking on me? Anybody notice that? They would all pick on you too, brother. And I'm sure the audience feels the same way.
That's not the topic, Joey. Listen.
Yeah, I know.
He has a question.
Yep, sure.
Listen to his question.
Okay.
Joey, where you said that lava, when it comes out of the ground, comes out as fissures, and they come out as
No, I didn't say that. I said that it can create fissures. It can create fissures.
Joey, when it comes out of the ground, it's called, they come out. I'm talking about fissures, Joey. I'm not talking about anything else. I'm not talking about.
I know.
I'm not talking about everything else.
We're on the same page. Go ahead,
fissures.
John. Go ahead. We're on the same page.
Okay, and you said with these fissures, from a distance, they look like little anthills, right?
Yeah, that's a description.
Okay, so the lava flows that went from central Washington all the way to form Hahita Head Point on the Oregon coast. That lava flow, where are the little anthill mountains or hills or whatever?
I don't know if there are any, because fissures are sometimes formed. That's why they call them fissures. There's sometimes lava forms fissures.
Fissures, when they form, Joey, are just cracks. They don't form little.
What a fissure is when you fissures. So it's already 2-0. Joey 2, you 0. Now
Joey,
it's 3-0.
Joey.
But that's no, it's true. It's 3-0. I mean, the audience is keeping track.
Joey, because
the first 1 to 5 wins.
Anybody else notice that that Joey constantly interrupts and he talks about me constantly interrupting? It's getting old.
Boy, John,
all right.
I would love to see you in prison. I mean, I don't really want to, just hypothetically. I don't want anybody to go to
Oh
prison.
my gosh. All right, stop. I'm gonna read some super chat. Joey, I just temporarily because you gotta stay on topic here. But all right. Glober Mom says a volcano spewing lava or sulfur, no matter what the shape, is still a volcano. Joey, stop volcano shaming the earth. Are you volcano shaming? All right. Stringer News 1 says, okay, Joey, you win. It's a river in Egypt. Anybody get that? Denial? Okay. And Stringer News 1 all was wondering, was Joey hit in the head by a meteor?
Yeah, I'd be famous. Like being punched by Mike Tyson, I'd be famous.
It might be more than Mike Tyson punching you.
I agree.
This could be. General E. Shady, he's not a fan, Joey. He says, Joey, you know nothing, Dunning-Kruger boy.
So, I know nothing what?
You don't know nothing.
Dunning-Kruger boy.
Wait. What's the last part he says?
Dunning-Kruger boy.
Oh, okay.
You know Dunning-Kruger, right?
No, yeah, I know that. I just didn't hear the last part.
Okay.
I understand. It's an ad hominem comment. I get it. It's pretty funny.
Right. Yeah. Oh, there we go. I have a light. I have a light that shines, and I had to get out my mug again because the light was sitting on the mug right there.
Buy McToon merchandise, guys. This guy's the man. Thank you for having us on, McToon.
All right. Saeed Ahmed says, isn't it time for Joey to flex his 19 pack now? Why did you have to ask that? Oh my God.
The world's not ready. You know, I save money and I wash clothes on my 19 pack. And it's all because of my diet. 90% of how you look is how you eat. And honestly, I work hard because I'm a drywaller. I could win anybody in a pillow fight that doesn't show their face on video, but it's mostly due to my diet. And so that's why I have a 19 pack. Women go crazy over my Adonis belt. You don't know what an Adonis belt is? Women all the time. Oh my goodness.
All right.
You know, I'm like, hey,
Saeed, why did you have to bring it up? Why?
Thank you, Saeed.
All right. Rodent No Last Name says, these goalposts seem to be running a marathon. They did get, yeah. And Asylum says
he's referring to the guy. He didn't say who it was. He's referring to
Joey.
The gentleman. He said Joey. Did he say Joey?
Well, we all know it's about you.
No, but did he say Joey?
No, but we know what he's talking about.
Okay, so who he was referring to is the guy that won't show his face, the guy who wouldn't last a day in prison.
The pillow fight master.
The pillow fight master.
Geist View, pillow fight world champion. Oh,
I don't know about world champion, but whoever that guest is,
he's the global champion of pillow fights.
I'd be like Tyson Fury compared to him. I'd be like Tyson Fury versus Deontay. The second fight.
Who brought up pillow fights? John, did you bring up pillow fights, John? Was that you? All right. Oh, sweet. Fohammer 33.
I love John. I think John should have his own show.
He has 2 channels.
Oh, really? Oh, cool, yeah. John. I'll definitely subscribe to you, brother.
He's Facebook famous.
I've never heard of him.
He never heard of you.
Nobody's heard of Joey.
We already explained that it's per views, and my views, I get like hundreds of thousands of views.
Did we agree on that? I don't know how Facebook famous makes it per view.
Well, via Facebook, I became famous. I started off on Facebook 8 years ago. I'm the one that pioneered the flat Earth truth movement.
I think there's an awful lot of people that have made that very same claim.
No. A lot of people have helped to pioneer it. But if you go back in time, like who's the first one that started the movement for women's rights or for civil rights or whatever? Those are the ones that pioneered it. Other people came along and helped. So other flat earthers came out like 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago. But I came out 8 years ago, and I was going on everybody's show from Patricia Steer to you name it. And so I that's why I call myself a pioneer, because I was there in the beginning.
But the beginning was more 3,000 years ago or earlier.
Joey, you're a noob.
I'm a legend?
You're a noob.
What does a noob mean? I'm brand new at Flat Earth?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, 8 years if 8 years is brand new, then hey, okay, I'm a brand new 8 years ago.
Joe, I've been dealing with Flat Earth since the late 90s. You're a noob.
No, you haven't, because it hasn't been trending
I have, brother.
whatsoever.
Yeah, I have, brother.
No,
I was dealing with
Show me some of your videos. Show me a video of you talking to somebody about.
I was dealing with
videos from the late 90s
back when you were in high school
on his camcorder.
Okay, great. So can you do me a favor? You know, I'm not saying that you're not telling the truth, but I'm just saying, can you give us one video of you more than 8 years ago talking about Flat Earth with somebody?
Do you have any video of Samuel Robotham?
Do you have any proof of it?
Do you have video of Samuel Robotham?
I have zero video of Samuel Robotham. But what I'm asking the gentleman here, in recent times, we have a lot of ways to prove things.
When did he say?
That since like the 90s.
Late 90s.
Late 90s.
People didn't walk around with video recording devices in their pocket.
How about the year 2000? Forget the 90s. How about the year 2000? How about the year 2010? How about that? The year 2010. Can I see one video?
2000? You got something from 2000?
Yeah. Do you?
On YouTube?
Videos from 2000 were
any
not
video.
digital.
It could be on any
Even
video.
Then, they weren't.
Joey, you have something from 2000 on YouTube.
Me? No, I've only been doing this for 8 years.
Cool.
8 years.
Cool.
8 years.
Cool, Joey.
All right. Joey. We're off track here.
Anyways, he hasn't been doing this since the 90s because it hasn't been trending. McToon knows this. McToon, you've been following Flat Earth for a long time. Has this been trending?
Okay.
Joey, Flat Earth has been going on the street since like the late 80s. You don't know this?
No, it hasn't.
Yeah,
no,
it
hasn't though.
Yeah,
no,
it
hasn't.
has. Especially on
and you
Hollywood
haven't been
Boulevard.
involved in it because you have no video
All
of it.
right.
It's just that's four Joe.
Oh my goodness, there we go. Ooh, I muted you too. That's not the topic. The topic is Asylum saying the downside of live shows. I can't skip ahead to where Joey brings a valid point. Yeah, thank you, Asylum, for that. Joe, let's see. Fullhammer335 says Joey's point: cone-shaped mountains don't erupt with lava, except all ones that have, are, and will. Yeah, I mean we showed videos of them, and so anyway, all right. 3 Ron says Joey has to distract about interruptions and no face to avoid there is lava flowing from the cone-shaped mountain, which was on the screen at the time. So, are you able to unmute with without me doing something? Okay, something's weird that it won't. Let's see. Allow. There we go. You should be able to now.
Yeah, I'm fine.
It changed setting. Okay.
I finally got off mute. I made a cough and I couldn't get back off.
Yeah. The setting. I get the setting wrong sometimes in Zoom. So.
McTuno, are there any super chats that say 4 to Joey and 0 to the guy that doesn't show his face?
Let me see here. No, but the next one says type 1 Joey sucks, 2 Joey Defoe 21, and 3 Joey 1. So if you think Joey
I'm
won,
making you money with all these super chats.
This is if Joey won, you do 3. If you think Joey sucks, that's 1. If you think Joey for Defoe 21, that's a 2. So
Joey for Defoe.
And press 5 if you think that the guy that doesn't show his face wouldn't last a day in prison by John in a pillow fight.
John Durbin says
John would crush you in a pillow fight.
Says 4 to Geistview, Joey 0. Oh, we got a lot of 1s.
Yeah.
A lot of 1s and 2s.
Yeah, lava tubes aren't dormant. Is not magma under. It's not called magma tubes.
Yeah,
I mean. No, those dormant lava tubes.
We got
dormant lava tubes.
Joey,
dormant lava tubes are dormant.
Joey, we have
not lava tubes.
That are called
lava tubes have lava flowing to them. Dormant lava tubes.
There we go. Woo. All right, we've got Gary IOW is a 10 pounds, but no comment. Thank you very much, Gary. And then we've got I only want to talk about Celestial Poles is a new member. I thought you were a member before. Maybe it was last month. I don't know. Thank you for that. Sarcastic Barman, who has done a video on Joey before, says if Hawaii was made by volcanoes, even if it's not a cone on the top, it's still started under the sea. Is that still not a cone for you, Joey?
Put your 7s in the chats if you want to see MC Tooney to catch up Chip.
My answer is no, because unless you can show me video of these
7
underground cone shaped. So the answer would be no.
Okay.
Good question though.
Joey only accepts video apparently for evidence.
Of course.
Brady.
So if I say that there's green elves at the end of a rainbow with a pot of gold, and someone says show me video, I'm like, oh, all you're going to accept is video.
All right.
Yeah, I think that would be sufficient.
All right. So Joey, I'm going to remember this the next time we talk. Only video is allowed, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Brady Photography says, Toon, I challenge Joey to a fight.
Oh, that's cute. That's very cute. It's very cute. That's like challenging Kimbo Slice, the late great Kimbo Slice, to a fight. It sounds cute.
Kimbo,
but when you actually step in the ring, most men run away screaming.
Wasn't Kimbo in UFC number 2?
No, he was in UFC like 195 or 140, whatever. He was. The beginning was those days. That was like Hoist Gracie and Dan Severns.
Oh yeah.
Kimbo Slice got his fame from street fighting, and later on, like in
I think I remember Kimbo in one of those early ones.
No, that was a different black guy.
What's his last name? Kimbo Slice. There it is.
Kimbo Slice. Yeah, there was a different black guy. That was maybe Maurice Smith.
UFC.
Maurice Smith defeated Mark Coleman for the heavyweight championship. Maybe because they're both black, you're confusing them, McTuner.
There's a I swear there's a guy called Kimbo that did like this weird like this
Chemo. He's Hawaiian. He's not black.
It's the name, not the color that I'm thinking about.
Yeah, Chemo. He's Chemo Leopoldo. He's from Hawaii. He's from my island, and awesome guy.
There we go.
Pioneer the sport.
See, he's still kicking.
Yeah, he's still kicking. Great guy. He runs a gym out here.
All right. So there you go. All right. So Brady Photography and Joey, maybe you can be in UFC, the next one. So, all right.
I wouldn't last in the UFC. That's just the honest truth. Those guys that are in the UFC are absolute studs.
It's you and Brady. You and Brady Photography.
And anybody who thinks that they could compete in the UFC who doesn't train and who's never been in several amateur fights, you don't know what you're talking about. They're near their level. And when I go to training, cardio makes mice out of men in the first place. Take one of their body shots, take one of their head shots, take one of their leg kicks, and you'll definitely have a lot more respect for those guys. Those guys are amazing athletes. They're the top athletes on earth.
All right. So we got Asylum says Reality One Joey negative 5,000. Oh snap, Joey, in your face.
Oh,
ouch. That's a burn.
Thank you for that super chat.
Glober Mom says,
do I get any like split off, like maybe 2% of the super chats, or 4 or 7% or anything like that, or is it all you?
Let me check. No.
None.
Glover Mom says the Flat Earth Society started in the 1950s, Joey. That would be Samuel Shenton, I believe. There's also, if you go back before that, you have what's his name in Zion.
Has been discussed.
Zion,
Illinois, since the beginning of time. It's been discussed since the beginning of time. All I was saying is the guy that doesn't show his face, he was claiming that he himself has been involved in the Flat Earth since the 90s. And I said, show me video of even 2010.
Joey, shh.
That's how I got 4 to Joey, 0 for him.
Microraptor 59 sex dance says, please stop the flexing, so much testosterone poisoning. Yes. And Stringer News 1 says Joey needs a cone of silence. Negative 86. I don't know what the name is.
How much did he super chat you? How much was that super chat?
That was 2 simoleons.
What is that? $10 dollars.
Yeah, it's also $2.
Yes,
guys.
$2. Okay.
Hey, chat. Look in the chat. Look in the chat itself, and you'll see 2 links. One to the National Park Service for Hawaii for the volcano. One for the USGS, talking about lava, magma, lava tubes. Joey just lost.
Oh snap, Joey.
John, you know what? I already look good, but you made me look really good with things that we were able to fact check you on, like things that are provable. You know, like they're not called magma tubes; they're called lava tubes.
Joey, what's the difference between a magma tube and a lava tube?
They're not called magma tubes. That's not the name they're referred as. There are no magma tubes. There are no magma tubes
between the two.
There's no such thing as a magma tube.
Between the two.
No such thing.
Joey, what's there between the two?
There is no such thing as a magma tube.
Joey, what is there between the two?
Well, one of them exists and the other one doesn't.
A lava tube is where the lava breaks. Joey, listen. Joey, see chat. This is what I'm talking about. He doesn't let me finish because he knows what it's about to say. Lava tube. You sure would, Joey?
That'd be a reality show.
Joey,
one day in prison.
The lava has
John, one day in prison. Reality show.
Joey, you gotta let him talk. All right, he's muted. Go ahead.
Chat. Like I said, with those 2 links, a lava tube, as Joey's trying to define it, is when a lava has broken through the surface. A magma tube, like for a magma chamber, magma that has not broken through the surface to be called lava. That USGS link that I gave you gives you definitions of between what a lava tube is and what a magma tube is. Once again, a lava tube is a tube that the lava has broken through the surface so you can see the flow underneath. That is a lava tube. There is no, as Joey says, the inactive. There's no such thing as what they call the inactive lava tube. They just call it a lava tube. If you just look up the type of the word lava tube and get the first couple pictures, it's just an empty tube, a tube that the lava flowed through at one time and no longer flows through.
I said dormant.
But they
Chad, he's talking over me.
I don't think I don't see here in the GS or the NPS, where they're talking about dormant using a word. They just, when it's active, lava travels along the floor.
Look up dormant lava tubes. Just look it up. That's one article he gave you. Look up dormant lava tube. It's really easy.
They don't say anything about dormant lava tubes, Joey. They don't even use the word. They say lava tubes. They don't use those.
Go to Google or DuckDuckGo and just type it in and try to spell it correctly.
Tubes,
see what it says.
Tubes is Joey.
That's 5-0.
As Joey says,
if we were playing ping pong, that would be called a skunk.
It's only defined as a lava tube.
If we were playing ping pong, that would be called a skunk.
Through the surface.
That means my score's so high. My score's so high that you can't possibly come back and beat me. They call it a skunk.
All right, guys, both of you, come on. All right, this is it's been 3 hours. Started out with Dean Whitlow, who got sad. He sent some DMs to somebody on Facebook and was he claimed that I was muting him, but he just exited his truck and then the connection dropped. So whatever. So anyway, I'm gonna call it here because the whole volcano thing seems to have been exhausted. What do you think, John? Did we?
My question is Magma Tube like the like volcano version of YouTube?
Could be. All right, guys, if you got anything to say here? Joey, you're next, but don't interrupt, Case View.
You have to both talk at the same time and see what happens.
I know what happens.
Well,
Joey left. Oh, dang it, Joey.
Joey ran.
Joey gets high score in his golf match. So Stringer News won. Oh, just so you know, people, I get golf scores when I bowl and bowling scores when I golf.
Hey, Toon, I didn't know he was Facebook famous, bro. You should have told me. I would have been more like courteous.
He says he is.
I didn't know I was in the presence of Facebook royalty.
He says a lot of things. He does things. He does that. That's his deal. Whatever. I don't care. So. John Rapp. All right, guys, you got anything to say before we get Joey ducked out? So.
No, it was fun. Once again, Joey doesn't understand volcanoes. He couldn't answer questions about St. Helens. Nothing but distractions, deflections, moving the goalposts, just one thing after the other. So I just basically sat back and let him yap and embarrass himself. So
yeah. Anyway, all right. Well, everybody, thank you very much. That was fun. I have a video coming out tomorrow. It will be 6 a.m. Central Time, noon in England, or noon UTC. It is about 60 gigahertz, which is something that the anti-5G people love to talk about all the time, but none of them actually know apparently anything about it, but they love to make lots and lots of claims. So what I'm hoping is that this particular video gets these anti-5G 60 gigahertz people riled up, because I'm asking them for evidence, which
I'm already riled up.
Yes.
I'm already riled up right now.
So there it is.
I'm ready.
Look for that. Send it to your favorite 60 gigahertz, makes people suffocate people. And we'll thank you very much to all the super chats, patrons, channel members, and everybody that shares the video. I appreciate it very much. We'll see you next time.
Okay.